Testing. Can y'all hear me now? We're good. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to let's just start from the top. Professional streamer. When I upgraded to Windows 11, it undid all my audio stuff. And even on, like, in OBS, each of my scenes goes back to default. So even if I change the settings, it doesn't change for all the scenes. Anyway, I am sorry. We'll start from the top. Welcome back in. This is Friday night for Dragonlance. As I publicly put out that I'm on nights now, so this campaign will be bi-weekly. So we will not have an episode next week. With that being said, I forgot where we were at. So if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below what your favorite part is and what you like about the campaign. Great, love to hear from you. If you're on Twitch, !rewards shows you what you can do to help out the party here that's in this fine campaign. Followers give a D4, subscriptions give advantage, gifting a sub is greater potion of healing. Then I start rolling off magic item tables for the more increased bits. And every 500 bits, you can give a reroll to anybody. There's also viewer rewards for as much you watch. There's D6s, natural 20s, and also a magic item table. And if you have yet to have anybody redeem it, you can be a side quest bit bad for any of the campaigns once you redeem it. I think Rusty said he's saving up for that one. So that being said, I'll turn it over to my fellow streamers. We'll start on my screen, which would be T-Cat. Would you like just fresh back from vacation, everybody? So welcome her back, and
thank you.
Shout out her stream right
now. Hey, I'm T-Cat. I paint miniatures and I play D&D like on tonight. Not much going on right now. I do have a sub giveaway going on tomorrow to to get this little baby a home. That's about it right now. It's a dragon and it's beautiful.
Yeah, I need to do that. All right. All right, Silver Wolf.
Hi, I'm Silver Wolf. I mostly play FPSs on Friday nights. Trying to find some new days, but depends on the kids. So.
All right. As we do this, we'll shout out everybody. So can I get a shout out for Silver Wolf? Been told to me that Nalish is also a streamer, so I went ahead and added her. So we got anything going on?
At the moment, I have been playing Diablo 4 nonstop, but I usually specialize in playing Neverwinter.
All right, we got you shout out. And last but not least, Old Man Garrus.
Hello, everyone. Old Man Garrus, or Grease, as I have now being called.
Oh.
I do a lot of space survival type games. I've been playing No Man's Sky since launch day. Teach how to play that game along with, well, pretty much if it's set in outer space or it's type of survival. I have it on there. I also do D&D, obviously. That's what I'm doing tonight. And miniature painting.
Alrighty. All right, without further ado, we'll just go ahead and right into the next episode. We are running behind, so again, I apologize. I did say we were muted, but I helped somebody move something and it didn't count for traffic, and I was late. So blame me. It's all my fault. I don't even know who has recap tonight. Who has it? Carrie does. All right, Carrie, you have recap tonight. Congratulations. Let's get into the next episode.
Waiting in the dark, like a quiet melody, that if I listened hard, I could hear the sound
Even there. Yeah.
And welcome back. Jerry, would you like to lead us to tonight's recap?
All right then. All right. All right. Whoa. Okay. Let's start. So last time we were told that we needed to go 20 miles northwest of the city of Calaman, where we're currently stationed, because Mela and another cleric went to investigate missing soldiers, and now they themselves were missing. So we were sent to investigate the investigators and probably go missing ourselves. So before we headed out, we gave some rations to the Vogler refugees because we found a fuck ton of rations last session before that. And yes, we gave rations to the refugees and headed on our way. So we came across a series of towers in the distance on this 20 miles from Calaman. And on top, each tower seemed to be a dead body. So we headed in to try and figure out what was going on there. They were all dead. Luckily, we did not recognize any of these dead bodies. Still sad because they're dead, but not our friends, so whatever. In the center of these three towers, it was like a triangle configuration around a clearing. In the middle of this clearing was a big tree. And tied to this tree was a stranger we didn't recognize, but she was being interrogated by what seemed to be Dragon Army soldiers. So naturally, we tried to sneak on in. Well, I naturally tried to sneak on in. Belrim and Ziggy went charging in. Ziggy with his Stardust Drake and Belrim with his hammers on the back of his horse. So I went round the side trying to sneak still, because I'm a sneaky rogue. What else do I do? And Belrim, blaze of glory on the back of his horse, got rogued by a hidden sneaky rogue from atop another tree. And so he got hit, his horse got hit. Unfortunately, his horse went down. But Belrim was able to get up and fan this Dragon Army soldier, because he did not hit him. Yup. Anyway, I went round the side, I got spotted, and that wasn't great. But I still managed to get to the tree where this prisoner was tied up. And I managed to get her free. And so we both tried to go back into the fray. But everything seemed to be centered on Belrim, Vera, and Ziggy. Or Ziggy Stardust, rather. Ziggy was off somewhere. So we battled our way to victory. I may or may not have accidentally hit Vera under the rib cage for a little bit of damage because my bow went a bit wonky. But we were successful, and we were able to turn around and talk to the prisoner who was being held there. And her name was, oh my goodness, Jean? Jean? I'm not sure. Jean? Yes. Yeah. Yes, the human cleric named Jean. She informed us that the previous night, she and Mela and their camp had been ransacked by these Dragon Army warriors. Mela was taken off somewhere. Jean didn't see where, just saw her be taken. So, with nothing else to do in this particular area, investigated the corpses that were left behind. We decided to head on back to Calaman and report what we had. For some reason, we decided to bring the bodies with us. I suggested we just bring longbows, but we brought the bodies. We turned the tents that were left over from the camp into like a weird sledge and started bringing them back. On the way back, we discovered a small band of soldiers heading toward Calaman who bore no banner or colors. We approached them carefully, and it turned out they were from the Iron Regiment, which was the military mercenary band. What was that?
Ironclad Regiment,
thank you. Who were the mercenaries who had sort of attacked us back in Vogler, but then it turned out that was like a coup sort of thing going on within the Ironclad Regiment, and then they turned out to be goodies, and they helped us evacuate Vogler, and we thought most of them were dead, because they were sort of the bulwark between Vogler and the oncoming army, dragon army. So it turns out some of them were alive. Belrim was overjoyed because they were his companions. Yes, it turns out Becklin was still alive. We absolutely thought she was dead. And it turns out any of the Ironclad regiment that weren't killed were taken somewhere. Don't know where, but they were taken rather than all slaughtered. So that's interesting. They might be where Mela was taken. Yes, we helped the Ironclad regiment heal up a little bit, gave them some food and supplies, and things got a little bit tense between me and a few of the party members. Belrim, it turns out, does not like magic, even though he uses magic. I'm completely certain he uses magic, but he's a bit dodgy about it. So I was like, mate, is this going to be a problem? Because we've got multiple magic users. Like, whatever. He said he'd ponder it, so we'll see how that goes. And it turns out our new friend Jean has been lying about a few things. So I was like, oi, if you're lying to us, I can't exactly trust you. So what we going to do here? But she was like, oh, you'll find out in time and all that sort of stuff. So I guess we'll see how that goes too. Now Belrim has sent a horse and a rider to Calaman announcing our imminent arrival. And that is where we left off, I believe.
Y'all didn't send a horse. I think y'all was just going back together. Y'all talked about sending a horse. She didn't.
Oh, we didn't send a runner? I thought we sent a runner.
No, you did not, because you still needed the horse to dread the bodies.
Oh, that's right. We thought about it. Yep.
You thought about it, but ended up just going back together.
And that was last session. Sorry, it was a bit long.
I mean, it's good. Recount. I mean, I got nothing against it. With that being said, Old Man Garrus, if you've not gotten already, you got a D6 from Yeldrab. Welcome in, Yeldrab. Can I get a shout out for Yeldrab, by the way? I don't think we got one for him. Make sure you go check him out. He plays World of Tanks. Awesome game. I love that game. I have not played it in years. Maybe one day I'll pick it up again. I don't know. I played it on console. I don't know if it's on a computer. I don't know. Cross that road, you get there, I guess. But as y'all start heading back, you're going to get there about roughly at midnight, sort of. So if there's anything y'all guys want to have a conversation about on the way there, you can. Or if it's just idle chit chat, it's up to you guys.
Well, I'm talking to my group, Stuart, right? Jack is dead. Stuart's still alive. So
McGlover redeemed a D6. We have 2 Kinders, so I don't know which Kinder you're trying to give it to, McGlover. We have a Paladin Kinder and a Rogue Kinder. Carrie, you get the D6. You're welcome.
Thank you, mate.
So you're talking to your good buddies there, Belrum?
I sure am.
Can you also rename yourself in Zoom before I do it?
Sure.
Yeah.
What? Oh, got it.
Yeah. And looks like T-Cat, you get a D6. Is somebody keeping up with the tracker? The reward tracker?
I am.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Belrum, you said you're talking to who?
Stuart. Right? Stuart and Jack. Jack, I was told, hadn't survived. Stuart is still alive.
Actually, let's cut over to Laurelwyn first. Laura,
Yeah.
for the time you're gone, what is your wisdom modifier?
+2.
+2? Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, no, not wisdom. Your intelligence modifier. Your intelligence modifier should be a +5, right?
+4.
+4? All right.
Not 20 yet.
As you're sitting there working with Ruckle Dust or whatever, what's her name? It's like
Grickle dust?
Ruckle Dust, whatever. She's like,
Mm-hmm.
no, right there, right, no, you don't get. Use your magic. Your magic needs to intertwine with mine.
stop yelling at me while I'm trying to
I'm
do
not
this.
yelling.
You do it.
Well, you're supposed to be helping me.
I am helping. Get away. You know what? We need a break.
As y'all working tirelessly hard on this device, you are able to put the stuff together and extend the radius by 4 miles.
Ooh. Yeah.
As you know, Omen Garrus is redeeming all this stuff. So TK, you got a D6. Vera, you got a D6. Gene, you got a D6. I think that covers everyone. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. I got a phone call I gotta take.
Phone call. Well, I guess on the ride back, I'd like to... Who have I not talked to in a while? Ziggy, Vera, you want to have a conversation?
Sure.
So whose idea was it to drag these bodies behind us? It was...
I was
Was it
opposed to
you,
the
Vera?
body dragging idea.
Kind of a joined one at the time, though.
I feel like that's what you're telling yourself, though, because we didn't really go on board with it. Who agreed with you?
Well, I didn't just decide it on my own.
Ziggy, didn't you help to make the thing out of the tents? I
I
feel like
mean,
you made some sort of role.
I helped out once we decided to do so, but like right in the very beginning, my opinion was that like we're like an elite team that like goes back to base and lets people know, hey, you need to send the corpse hauler team out to where we were, and that
But you're also the person who steals from the bodies and then runs around with a knight's shield that doesn't belong to you this entire time.
I do you want the shield?
To be fair, the bodies
It
did
wasn't
get returned to Boga.
mine. No, but it takes a while to become a knight, and how do you know that wasn't supposed to be passed down to the person's child? Or family in general?
I mean, there's no way to know. We didn't have any next of kin information on the corpses. I guess we could do some research, go do some genealogy, but Vulgar's been burned down, so I don't know if there's any records.
You were kind enough the first time to take the bodies. Why wouldn't you want to take them this time?
Well, I mean, since then we've become, a lot more has gone on. We've been engaged with the marshal as official representatives of the army and stuff like that. I mean, when we first came through, we were just some, random stragglers coming into Vulgar.
Also,
I'm gonna
I
wait till you
figured
ever say that name correctly.
I don't
I
live
fi-
there.
There's an L in it. I'm not from Vulgar. I'm from Vogler.
How is it said?
Vogler.
Vogler?
That was
Has it been
both.
Vogler the whole time?
There's no
I say
U
Vogler.
in it. You just keep saying vulgar, and I'm like,
Vogler.
I don't
Really?
think the whole town is just vulgar. Of course, now it's just up in flames, but
And-
Yeah. I'll try to get that pronunciation better.
I was thinking with the bodies in the camp that we just went to, I figured that we would go back to town and send someone out with a cart so we're not dragging them. But that was my thinking. I was going to bring the longbows back for their families or whatever, but I thought carts would be more dignified than looks back at the bodies being dragged on the ground. That.
I mean, you wrapped them up in a tent, and you.
yeah, they're dead. There's only so much dignity we can give them now, but I would rather them not be left there and pilfered by the dragon army.
Suppose.
I mean, we've already done it. We're halfway there. We might as well continue
Oh yeah, I'm
dragging
not
the
saying
bodies
we.
back for a proper burial at this point.
I'm not saying we chuck them on the side of the road now. Just that was my thinking, back in the clearing. But you're right, Vera. They could have been taken by the dragon army if we'd left them there. So it's probably good call. I apologize.
No, it's all right.
Cudgel
You're
lifts
welcome
up
to question me.
Cudgel kind of, as y'all having this discussion. So good to see you guys. It must be a royal. It must be nice to have a royal escort like this.
He was royal then.
But you, of course, you said you have higher positions under this marshal person.
Oh, does that make us royal?
Yeah, I don't know if we're all the way to royal. We're somewhere.
You're royal to me.
In the middle.
You're my friends, and you're a higher position.
Aw, love you too,
So
Cudgel.
everyone above you is royalty.
Is that a dwarf joke?
I mean,
Because everything goes right over my head.
I like high five, Cudgel.
Anyway,
You do make some rather insensitive comments sometimes, Ziggy.
I apologize. I was born in the wilderness, so I have a little bit of some rough edges sometimes when it comes to socialization.
Were you just raised like only among humans? You didn't have any Kender or dwarf companions?
I mean, on the caravan, there's all sorts of different types and stuff like that. It's kind of a rough and tumble thing. Everyone's used to giving each other little jibes and things like that. And definitely, it is not uncommon to throw a short joke around on the caravan wagons and stuff like that.
Berkeley challenged.
Exactly. It's a give and take. I mean, I definitely have been called, Bigfoot. I don't know. I'm sure that
She gives you a side eye as you're saying this.
I'm sure you folk have some funny things you think about humans and stuff like that. Feet's too big, beard's not full enough, things like that.
Head's a bit too big.
Right. I mean, it's all in good fun.
I'm surprised that Belron didn't respond to that beard part.
Belron's
off.
not there.
Yeah,
Y'all walking
he's off
in with
talking
the
to his
party.
friends.
Oh.
I'm talking to my, I'm talking
He was
to
hanging
Stuart.
with his soldier friends.
Oh, what are you saying the story? Or are you just having small inter chit chat with him?
Oh, just talking how the battle was, how things have been since we last saw them.
Okay.
Sharing what little food we have because we didn't sell it. We did give it away to the refugees.
We do have our own personal rations, though. We've got like 4 days worth of rations or something.
I mean, you gave those out too, I think.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, you gave.
I kept my personal rations.
Y'all gave some rations out to them.
Yeah,
though.
there was like
15 or something.
60 or something rations. I gave those to the Vogler refugees, but I kept my personal rations,
But
which
you
is
also
like
gave
5.
some to these guys. I remember.
Oh yes, I gave them my personal rations. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you just said you still had your personal rations.
I meant like if we hadn't given them to these guys, we would have.
Yeah.
Sorry, I confused it. My bad.
Yeah, you did. Okay. I thought, I could have sworn you gave them all your rations. All right. Which is, like, we had a joke about it because gave seat to the Voglers, and then you meet these people that actually really needed it. All right. As you get back into the wee hours of the night, where do you all like to go first?
Suppose we better bring these guys to a temple or something to be healed.
Right, to the keep, to the apothecary.
Is it like a hospital or a medic, something or other?
I mean, they still have a triage kind of set with the Vogler people if you want to take them there.
Yeah, take the injured to the Vogler refugee camp.
Yeah. as you do that, you can take them there. You do not see Mayor Raven, or used to be Mayor Raven, around anywhere. You do not see her. You do not see Dariet. You do see everybody else there, like your families and stuff. You want to go interact with them or not, but most of them's either found working Calaman, doing something, dishes, something, making themselves useful. Some may have joined. Some of the rest of your what's little left of your military has joined Calaman's forces. Do y'all wish to sleep there? Would you like to go back to the castle?
We should probably report what happened to the marshal, as well as what is Jean doing.
Yeah, what is Jean doing? You're just kind of sitting in the back?
My unmute button's not working. Sorry. I'm just sitting in the back, just watching everybody.
Yeah, Jean, do you report to the marshal, or where are you supposed to go?
I report to the marshal.
All right. Guess we can all head up together then.
Keep in mind, it's the middle of the night, so pretty much everybody's asleep. The castle's asleep. So if you want to go wake people up, we can go that route, but it's up to you.
Can we return to the castle to like our quarters?
Yeah, you can. You can return to them, but if you're trying to meet like Marshal Vendry, she is most definitely asleep at this moment. So it's up to you guys if you want to wake her up or not.
Jean, whereabouts do you lay your head?
She has her own quarters in the castle.
Oh, cool. Well, that speaks well.
Yeah.
So as y'all, that's what I'm asking, y'all just going back to go to rack it out, or are you guys gonna try to report right away, or what are you gonna do?
Hit the tavern.
It wasn't super duper important that we get this in immediately, right? There was no sign of like them coming closer or anything. It was just that they're taking people.
Yeah.
We can probably wait till morning.
The only reason it was so quick and important for us was because of Mela.
And I'm staying with my group to make sure they get taken care of. I'll meet everyone back up at the castle later.
Take care.
All right. Well, if y'all don't go to bed like right away, basically what I'm saying, you're gonna be rolling level. Make sure you don't take level exhaustion because you've been traveling.
Yeah, no.
Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, we have a level of exhaustion
I was
already.
about to say, I already have a level of exhaustion.
Well, you don't want to keep rolling. You don't want to take that chance. So. All right. So everybody except Bellroom. Bellroom, where are you headed?
I'm staying with my group, making sure they get taken care of, set up over at the refugee camp.
Okay.
Right, food, medical. If they need something, I'm going to go get it.
Into the medical tent and all that good stuff, and
all that good stuff, making sure that we can do whatever is needed to bring them back and get them healthy.
So you can be staying there for the night?
Affirmative.
So I'm saying, do y'all make plans to meet up in the morning in Marshal Vendry's office?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bellroom Torture says, I definitely do want to meet your marshal, though, in the morning. You're muted.
You should. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Oh, yeah. I will take you there myself.
Very well. I'm very tired. Let's get some rest. By the way, where's Mayor Raven?
Mayor Raven was rescued. She should be around. I'll see if I could find her and bring her to you. And I'm going to go and try to find Mayor Raven.
Okay.
Are we still there, or have we headed off by now?
I would say y'all headed off by now.
Yeah.
Unless y'all wanted, y'all didn't. I said y'all didn't see Mayor Raven, but nobody announced that they were going to go looking for her either. So
yeah, no, I figured she was
night.
asleep.
Yeah.
I figured she was asleep. Yeah.
She could be with her baby mama for all night. Why would I want to interrupt that?
All right. Lauren, you're probably safely passed out at this point. So the four of you that headed back to the castle, y'all just gonna go rack out? You
Mhm.
want to have any last minute conversations, whatever?
If there's still any dinner, Kerry could probably eat.
Are we gonna run into Lorwyn upstairs?
I will say there would be mid rats. Like mid rats.
Mid-rats?
So military calls them mid rats. So basically a midnight meal they serve. So
Oh,
for
cool.
like people that are on watch or whatever, or on duty. So yeah, there's some mid rats if you want to try to get some of those.
Yeah, I'll grab a few. Would I be able to
It's like
restock my rations?
It's more of a meal served, not like
Okay, yeah.
a preparation, but you can probably get rations in the morning. If you want to order them now, they can probably have them made for you for in the morning.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll grab a mid-rat and be like, hey, everyone, do you mind if we get some rations to go in the morning as well?
Yeah, how much you need?
Well, I gave all my rations to the folks we just brought in to get healed, so maybe 5 days worth? That's all right?
For just you, or multiple people?
Is anyone with me? I went to the mess hall. Anyone come with me?
I guess you went by yourself.
Okay, just for me, I guess. How many people do we have? 1, 2...
We have
Lorwyn
6.
probably still has hers. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 days worth for now.
Okay.
1 each.
Yeah, well, pick them up in the morning if you come down to breakfast. We'll be ready.
Thanks very much.
No problems. But yeah, you can, if you want to go wake up Laura when you can.
Nah, I'll just go to bed once I'm back.
Everybody else was asking about her.
If she's asleep, I won't wake her. We don't have good news for her anyway.
Alrighty. At this point, we'll say that everybody is now in their. Jean will have her own quarters, like one of the other 3. Like, Lauren took one for herself. Jean has her own quarters, so she's not in the same room as everybody else. Everybody can take their long rest. Belram, you went to go find. I want you to have you roll for it. She is not there. You're muted, but.
Do you need a roll?
I said I won't even have you roll for it. She's not there.
She's not there. Has anyone seen her? Where did she go?
You're gonna start asking around.
I am. Why is the mayor not here? It's kind of weird. Actually, the former mayor.
You ask a couple people around. They explain to you that she has offered her services to the military, the Calamar military, and they have not seen her since yesterday, the day before.
All right. Well, I'm going to go. I guess I'm going to the keep to see if anyone has seen or knows where she is.
Okay.
That's kind of weird for a mayor to do that. That's really suspicious.
Where are you going? Where are you going when you get to the keep?
I'll start at the gates, see who's on, who's the CO that's up right now. Somebody's up.
You get to the gate, you see Tristan's there. Oh, my friend! It's mighty late. Why aren't you asleep?
We just came back with.
Yeah, I saw the rest of your party come in. I didn't see you.
Yeah, well, we met
some
up
late
with
night training again. Yeah, I'll get you next time.
You will. It was fun. Hey, a question for you. I'm looking for the mayor that came in with the refugees from Vogler, and I heard that she came to the keep and has volunteered. The mayor, have you heard or seen anything like that?
We have the city council. We don't have a mayor.
Yeah. Remember when all the refugees came from that town that burned, Vogler?
You talking about Raven? Was that her name?
I don't know. Is that her name?
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah, that one.
Raven. Yep.
Yeah. I never caught her name because I never met her. Remember that?
Oh yeah, she took a special mission or something. She's got some of her recruits like a small force for some mission. I don't know nothing about. It's above my pay grade.
Yeah. Ooh, that's weird because we were her regiment that she had sent out. So she didn't have anyone left. There's something weird about that.
Well, Cudgel was the leader of the regiment, not Raven.
Right, and Raven sent us out, right? The Ironclad Regiment was sent out.
No, that was Cudgel's she volunteered.
Oh, that was
regiment.
Cudgel's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cudgel said that she's going to protect Vogler's citizens as give them a chance. Raven didn't send them anywhere. She's not in charge of them.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll when I meet with the commander in the morning, I'll ask them. Thank you. And next time you want to spar, let me know.
I've watched till like 05 in the morning. I'll be pretty tired, so maybe tomorrow night before, I go back and watch.
That sounds great. I'm sure you'll get the best of me this time.
For sure. Have a good night, Belram.
You too. And I'm going to go back to the camp and give an update.
All right. And then
Mayor Raven has disappeared.
This is very particular. Definitely need to meet the marshal then. Let's get some rest, Bella. We need it.
All right.
And you can take your long rest. You don't wake up like right when they're serving the the meals, the morning breakfast. You don't wake up in time for that because you'll get in super late. But get up around like almost mid morning or whatever. So Belram and all them, are you heading directly back right away?
So is the long rest going to recover both the exhaustion and the HP? Because exhaustion typically means you're also eating and
usually
drinking.
get 1 level exhaustion back for each long rest.
Okay, thank you.
So if you have 2 level exhaustions, you have 1.
Yeah.
And I think it does it. I think DGB does it automatically.
It asks you. No, it asks you if you want to also recover with that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, if you have 2 level exhaustions, you get 1 of them back. If you have 1, you get it. It's gone. So. All right. I'm assuming we'll say Baron, you guys probably get up to the rooms as everybody else is waking up. Why not? It's fantasy. It's my world. I'll do what I want. So you return as everybody's starting to wake up in the keep with Cudgel. Belram.
Good morning, everyone.
You say this as Belram's walking through the door with Cudgel.
Hey, Belram, Cudgel, welcome. Help me wake up these sleepyheads.
I'm awake.
I think I
Ziggy,
probably would
up
have
and
been
at
up
Sorry.
earlier because I didn't come in late like they did.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's very true.
I just sit there with a coffee, just waiting.
So everybody wakes up.
Watching you sleep. Creepy.
Yeah, watching them all sleep. Standing with my coffee.
Probably wondering why Mella's not with them. Probably. And
Staring
Jean's in
down.
her own room, so you won't even know anything about Jean right now. So, Laura, you would like to do anything before they wake up?
Stare them down. Just stare them down. Just stare at their doors as they start coming out.
Well,
With my
if
coffee,
you remember
just 'cause it's
correctly, you're the only
really-
one that had a room with a door. They have.
Oh, that's right. I'll just stare them down then.
You're staring everybody down that's sleeping in the hall,
Yeah.
the ballroom.
Just creepily staring them down as they wake up.
Oh,
So-
coffee. Is that for me?
Oh. I hand over my coffee. So, what happened? Oh, by the way, I have added 4 miles to the Fargab. That took a while. Oh my god, I'd never want to work with her again. I can't. So,
Goody.
where's Mila?
About that.
Yes.
You don't have good news.
Is she dead?
No.
Did Ziggy shoot her?
As far as we know, she is not dead.
Okay.
As far as we know, Ziggy hasn't shot her yet.
Yet.
She was taken.
Harry was shooting people too.
I don't recall that in the recap, so it didn't happen.
Welcome in, Zen41. Sorry, I just saw your message. I meant to respond earlier. Actually, I saw it earlier. I didn't get a chance.
Are we rolling deception for that one, Ziggy?
Hey, Zen.
Well, when I did the recap on the last one, I don't think anyone noticed I completely skipped over the Nat 1 during the recap.
It's okay. We picked on it the whole game.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Anyway.
Ziggy's like, yeah, believe me, I know.
I think we remembered.
I remember.
Remembered.
Okay. So basically our princess is at another castle.
Yeah. We don't really know which one yet.
Or any, really. No idea.
I guess we have the smallest clue. We rescued a cleric that was with her at the time.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something.
Her name's Jean. She's sus.
Sus.
Suspicious.
Oh,
She worships
okay.
a fake god.
And she's lying about a lot of stuff. I don't know what the truth is. She won't tell me, but I know she's lying.
She helped us.
Yes, she did help us, so she's got that for her, but very sus.
And she was tied up by the dragon army. So, enemy of an enemy.
Huh.
Enemy of my enemy.
Yeah, that.
So we have a sussy cleric, and we're still missing Mela. And Ziggy shot somebody, right?
Yep, it was Ziggy.
Yep.
I mean, a lot
Always.
more happened.
Did it though?
Oh, and I'm going to whisper this.
Okay.
Belram's horse died. Don't mention it to him.
What?
Just ixnay on the
Belram's
horse day.
died.
Belvin's host died?
She says it out loud.
I look over. I'm like, I just look over at everyone else that's whispering over to her. I'm
Two
like,
for two
really?
now.
Yes, Lorwyn.
Don't mention the...
Yes.
Well, she might have asked later, so I just wanted to keep her from asking.
Gene, give me a
Or maybe
perception
you-
check, Gene.
Maybe you should start riding with me instead, and since my horse actually lives, we'll share a war pony.
You hear some conversations outside your door, like in the hall, where you kind of ask her to go to your rack, but you don't make up any of the words by any means. You just know people are awake.
I'm gonna peek my head out.
As you peek your head out, you see this conversation, and everybody look back. Gene, as you peek out, Lauren, would you like to describe your character to Gene and vice versa?
Yes. What you see is a 5'7" elf in a purple dress with a purple pointy hat to go with it, and a staff talking down. Well, not actually talking down, looking down to Belram, explaining why are we 2 for 2 on dead horses now.
When I peek out, you see black hair, green hazel eyes with a red cowl. I'm in heavy armor. 5'8" human. So, kind of a gothic look.
We kind of buried the lead there. We also ran into Cudgel, and Becklin is alive. Stable. She's very injured, but stable at the moment.
Cudgel is with me, by the way, like standing right there.
Hi, Cudgel.
Hello. Hello. How are you?
Hello.
Right. We need to go. Whenever you're ready, I very much would like to speak to the marshal.
Yeah, do we want food
Actually-
first or head straight to Marshall?
You guys take a rest. Belgian showed me on the way in what her office was. I'm gonna go introduce myself.
Oh.
And you guys can catch up And
You okay?
yeah. I'll let Belram give you the updates on Raven. I'm sure he will know what to know. And
What's happened with Raven?
Yeah. What happened?
he has more information than I do. I'm gonna go talk to Mayor Indri and offer my services as well, and see if there's anything else I can provide.
Tell her we'll be in shortly.
I will do that. With that being said, actually, I'll let y'all have y'all little conversation. Belram can explain.
Yeah. The mayor has left again.
What do you mean the mayor's left?
From what I found out, she went and volunteered herself with a group of apparently soldiers that she had somewhere and went to the marshal and volunteered for some secret mission that no one knows about.
Is Darrett with her? Darrett was training some of their people, so they could have taken that with them.
I didn't.
He's been
they
gone
didn't
for
know the
days, though.
names. Yeah, this just happened while we were gone yesterday.
You know, every time we go off, somebody goes and volunteers for something.
And disappears.
But why would the mayor do that with
Her people.
her people
Yeah.
here? And we've been here 3 days. No, 4 days.
Math is
Something
hard.
like that.
Or three, something like that, 3 or 4 days. Right? So
They're
why?
a week. Working for
You
them for
know,
about a week.
sometimes it feels like 4 days.
Because y'all definitely
Sometimes
got
it
your
feels like
first
12
week's
weeks.
payment before you went on this last mission.
Why would she? And how would she know to volunteer for this? There's something strange. But
Jigen?
she's your mayor. Does she always do this?
Yeah,
You
would I
rolled
be
that
able to
one.
make a history check as a local to see if I know whether Raven has like military background or anything? Or would I just know that as a native?
She has more like your type of skills, like more like it's kind of like
Scout?
like your skills as hiding and also skills as tracking, like Ziggy, kind of like the between both your set skills. She has kind of similar both, but like leading an army into like battle and stuff, that's not really her jam. So maybe it's a little odd, which doesn't matter because he rolled a nat 1 for trying to come in unencumbered. You hear the door open up. He's looking at the door like probably like it might need some like their version of WD-40 on it, like some grease. Yeah, man, this door needs some grease. Hi guys.
Soul vampires.
Darius stands before you in the room.
Hey, long time no
Derek.
see.
Hi. Oh, sorry to hear about Mel. Wait, did y'all didn't rescue her? Oh man.
But we did rescue Becklin.
You rescued Becklin? She's alive?
She is.
She's down in the refugee camp.
We definitely have to go see her.
Have you been? Where have you been? What'd you do? What's all this?
Working with Raven, Mayor Raven.
What?
Yeah,
Doing what?
gather around. Super secret mission that we will tell you after I break. We're taking an early break.
Fuck you.
Because my person bringing back my truck is about to be here, and I need to go get my truck back. So we'll be taking an early break, guys. So take a 10-minute or so break. And I just realized music is not playing for some reason. If it is, it's super low. Super low. I think it's actually super low. But we'll be right back, guys. Please stay with us and hang out. I'm picturing every. Welcome back, everybody. I got my truck parts. Everything's good. Got my truck back in my custody, and we're back. Except for Ziggy. I don't know where Ziggy's at, but you know, well, we're back. As Darius enters, I forgot where I left off. What was he saying?
He was like, "Cuddle in, I'm going to tell you about the secret mission."
Did he ask about Beckland? I think he did, right?
Yes, we told him Beckland's down in the refugee camp.
Okay, that's where we need to have the meeting there anyway. Let's. Is she okay?
She was hurt.
She's alive.
But I heard a butt.
But she's alive.
You don't usually put a butt unless there's something was bad too.
She's sort of not in a fantastic way, but she's being looked after and she's alive.
Okay. I'll make sure to set the meeting there. I bring word that the Dragon Army has taken one of Calaman's border forts. Will Watch Outpost stands near the border with the land of Eastwild. The fort supplies Calaman's forces that patrol the border. The fort lies 24 miles southwest of the city and has been taken by the Dragon Army. I get King at. Raven has been aiding Calaman's military. She was giving a command of a force to retake the outpost. But the force is small and inexperienced. I would like to ask you to join Raven and support her in retaking the fort. I'll arrange a meeting with Raven in the refugee camp.
Wouldn't she be out 24 miles about to take the fort?
No, that was the orders that she's given, but she has a small force and inexperience. I'm asking you to join her in this quest. I'll set up the meeting in the refugee camp in her main tent, or where she's staying at. See you at noon. And
What time is it now?
It's like 10 in the morning. So you got a couple hours to burn if you like.
Does everyone include Jean?
I don't know who
Was
she
she
is.
coming with us?
Who is she?
Point.
The red.
Red
I
cleric.
know who you're pointing at. I'm asking who is she?
I don't know.
She's a
She's
cleric.
just like a random person sleep with you?
Well, if you don't know her, then she probably wasn't one of the ones named.
I'm gonna go check on Becklin. Glad she's alive.
We'll meet you there.
See you at noon. And
Hey, Jean, want to try and prove yourself a little bit?
Not today.
Sorry,
Give me a minute.
right
Give
there.
me a minute. Give me a minute.
Sure, I guess.
That sounds committal. Let's go.
I mean, did Lauren want to address her, or Jean want to address Lauren? I mean,
We're just kind of studying each other, I'm imagining.
Basically, yeah.
Like,
Did you even want to come and help us with this at first? I know I threw your name out there, but did you want to help us?
Sure.
They are the same people who grabbed and attacked you before.
Yeah. I'll help.
Good enough. On to the marshal.
Lorwyn's gonna lean over to Vera. So between you and Carrie, how did that interrogation go over? I'm assuming you interrogated like you usually do.
I was a little busy healing people. I
that's
believe
fair.
Carrie did the she did a lot. when Jean was tied up too, even.
But
Don't ask.
okay. Lauren starts thinking about the time Carrie took her into the other room and they were discussing the items and had to come out flustered. Yeah, that's Carrie.
All right.
Start walking.
Ziggy or Bellroom, you don't want to do anything? Talk to anybody or what?
I need to go to the marshal. Cudgel's over there. Actually, wait, we didn't eat breakfast yet, did we?
No, not yet. That was the question. Breakfast or straight to?
I figured Lauren, with making her coffee, she would have breakfast brought up or something. Let's say, that would have been what Lauren would have done.
For them?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, you're not having breakfast.
I stole her coffee.
I just brought my own coffee.
Yeah.
Which I stole.
And Vera promptly stole it.
So I need a refill.
So y'all going to the kitchen or the cafeteria?
Carrie was heading off to the marshal, but if no one else is following, she'll head to the kitchen as well.
Why don't we all get a quick
You gotta
bite,
pick up your rations too.
then head to the marshal?
That sounds good. Food!
All right, as you head to the cafeteria, Ziggy, you see somebody behind the line working the line. He gives you a side eye. He whispers something to people next to him, whatever.
Dinner's here.
And you can go through and get your line. And I guess you little one, the one you talked to last night. Here you go. Here's you 5 rations.
Thank you. And I head down the line and give one for you, one for you, one for you, not for you, Lorwyn, sorry, you've got all yours, I think. One for you, one for you.
Thanks.
So everyone has a ration.
Thank you.
1 day's worth of ration. And then get whatever you want. As Ziggy starts coming along, they give you a side eye and do one of these things to you, like the cafeteria lady from the school that didn't like you.
Right. Splop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it potatoes again?
Potatoes, anything he goes down the line, every one of them's doing that.
It's because we didn't learn all their names. We only got two of their names, and they're upset that we didn't meet every
And
single
ask
one of them
everyone.
and
You
learn
hear,
all their
you
names.
hear like, quick, hurry, get him off the line before he starts asking questions.
Maybe you should work on their names right now, so that next time we're here, you don't
no,
have
no,
this
no,
problem.
no, sir. We don't. He doesn't need to do that.
Yeah, it's a grand idea, Belron, but I believe we would just be, antagonizing
Be holding up the line too.
nest
That's
at this
all.
point.
Well, I just keep walking as I say that
Oh,
to
yeah.
him. I don't have a problem with them.
I've begrudgingly accepted my lot in life, and I'm kind of like mopily taking my tray over to the table.
Yeah, after seeing that treatment, everyone gets a good morning and thank you and
Pretty much. That's
Best
a mighty
food I've
lovely
ever
hat today,
eaten.
ma'am.
5 stars.
And they look at Jean and is like, Red, how are you?
Good, how are you?
We have your customary plate ready for you.
Thank you.
Is it rare steaks?
She's been here a while. She knows to order her stuff. Or they know her order and it's always ready for her when she comes down. You guys have not quite set that up yet, so.
Yeah, sit down. Nom 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 nom.
All right, you can have a conversation at breakfast if you like.
So what'd you get, Jean? Sorry.
You're good. That too.
Just my normal bacon and eggs.
Nice.
It was very better prepared than what you have.
I look over at Vera. Oh yeah, completely sus.
It's gonna look like.
I'm sitting at the table, right?
Yeah, everybody's sitting. I imagine
We're all
everybody's sitting at
sitting.
the same table, unless you specifically say you're sitting alone.
No.
Unless we say you can't sit with us.
Hey, Gene, tell us about that god of yours.
Yeah, that one that apparently doesn't exist.
My god does exist. I can't say too much yet. It's a bit difficult.
Sus? Yes.
Difficult in what way, though? You can just be like, my god is.
My god, okay, so my god is the god
awesome
of
god?
departed souls.
Of what soul, sorry?
Departed souls.
Departed. Mm-hmm.
Departed, yes. So it's.
So dead people?
No and yes.
You see dead people.
No.
Okay.
What
You
do
are
mean?
dead
Dead people.
What?
What?
You animate dead people.
No, we are totally
That's
against that.
necromancy.
That is no. You do not
help
disrupt
people
the
making
go
raid.
sure.
and meet your god.
Basically, yes. We
So
kind
you
of
kill
help guide
people.
along. No,
Okay.
no.
I feel this is veered really off course somehow.
Somehow, I imagine this is how this conversation would actually play out.
Yeah.
Basically, what I do is, if a soul is dead, I help them basically move on.
Well, most
And if
souls
they're
are
almost
pretty
dead?
Yeah, like you
I'm just gonna
take care of them.
shut up and just kind of start eating.
So I look over at Carrie because, Carrie and I just had a really long conversation the night before. And I'm like, so this is okay? This is what you were meaning.
Well, I was talking about the people, we've been with a bit longer. I'm not. No offense, Jean. We've already discussed this. She's new. I don't 100% trust her yet, so we'll see how it goes. Iffy with her. No offense. We've discussed it.
No taken.
Can I
Do any
use
of us-
divine scent?
Oh, yeah.
Going to
May I
what?
use divine scent? Since they were questioning whether she was undead there.
So it says Fae, Fiend, or Undead.
Mhm.
Yes.
Does it also detect good and evil?
No, it's just
That's
Fae,
a
Fiend,
different
or
spell.
Undead.
Okay.
Do any of us recall a god that kind of fits that bill?
Set it in the stream. Let me pull it up. The closest one that kind of resembles that is, let me find it. Got who it was.
Villa Morris?
That's her god. That's not one.
For
of the-
Maros, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I forgot who it was. Oh my gosh.
Morgan?
Continue
Kill 'em
talking while I
all.
find it real quick. Which one it was.
Tiamat. Watcher of
Tiamat-
Souls.
T-
Bill would be pretty close.
The closest one would be Chisliv.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Closest one anywhere remotely close to what she's talking about would be Chisliv. But she definitely did not say Chisliv.
Yeah.
And that god is mainly chosen by like druids, people of the forest type people. So
I mean, at least we know you're good at killing things, right?
Now, yes.
Now?
Did Vera's sense pop off?
Yeah, she did not detect any fiend, fae, or undead.
Oh, she's definitely not in bed.
within this room because it doesn't go through walls.
It's like 60 feet or something, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it's not under complete total cover.
Well, I trust her.
That's all that
There's
took.
one.
Okay.
That's all that took. That and she's wearing my favorite color.
Red is nice for bloody battle.
And it is just a
Yeah.
cloak and a hood. That's pretty much red.
Hey, they can't see me bleed. Much.
All right. You finish your rations. You finish your meal. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go.
Marshall
Back up.
first.
I'm gonna go to the line and ask if they have any tack for us or any other rations in the back that we can use, because we might be going on another mission, or if they can start some prep on it.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Well, the dog is a kid. It's not the kid, it's the dog.
Before we do go, we still have some planning obviously to do with Raven, but before we do go, guys, we do want to check in on the armor that we gave to them to refit.
Think they said they would contact us. Like they'd send a messenger or something.
Still like to know how far along they've gotten, in case we really do need it as a way to get in there, and we might delay our actions a little to get it done first.
Are you asking me something?
Yeah,
No,
like
no. I was just telling the group before we do go in the end, we want to do that.
All right. Belrin, what'd you get for your roll?
8.
I mean, they don't go outright like greeting you with rations that extra or whatever, but like, for an officer, we have 7 prepared. That was for another group, but sure, you can have these. We just have to work on making them theirs. So you can get.
There's
7.
a group out on the field.
I don't know. They just ordered it.
Okay.
And as you ask this question, Tristan comes down from watch. He's getting ready to go to bed, and sees the rations that you ordered give to you, and yes, like, I'm here to pick up the rations. Sorry, but these offices outrank you. I can get to work on making yours. No problem. I'll wait.
Nope. Tristan, here. You need your strength for the next time we meet up, and I'm going to hand them over to him. Just make us some more. We'll get them before we leave.
Fine. Y'all got more things to do, and I'm just going to rack out as soon as I eat this ration. So.
Who said that?
That's Tristan. Tristan says that.
Tristan.
If you need it, go ahead. We can
have
wait.
at least here. Let me get you some food. At least. I don't want any excuses when we meet again.
You outrank me, sir. So.
Absolutely. Take the rations.
Sure. If you need them, go ahead and take them. We can wait.
We're fine. I hand them over, and I'm going to go with the rest of the group.
So you still need rations, sir? As
Yes, please.
The cook shouts.
There are 6 of us.
When do you want them by?
Can you do it by later today?
Of course.
That'll be fine. Thank you.
Okay. As you have this quick interaction, as y'all head out and y'all head to the marshals.
Mm-hmm.
as you head to the marshals, you get about to the door as Cudgel comes out with a smile on her face and says, gives you a tip. Well, good luck to you guys. Me and the rest of my regiment is going to be helping out the military and fortifying our defenses.
Good to have you.
Good to see y'all alive and well. And she walks off. Do y'all
Is the
go?
door still?
Well, she's coming out as y'all coming up to the door, so if you want to catch it before it closes, you can. As Marshall's standing above her desk looking at some notes and piece of it. Go back. They told me you got in late last night. I guess the reports were true. Where's Mela? There's no news. Jean, what happened? Y'all were supposed to stay close and stay tight.
We got ambushed late at night. And they took her.
Seems we arrived too late.
Everyone else was dead.
Well, there's we have new leads. We'll watch outposts. Your former mayor Raven, she's volunteered and leading the group to go take it. Maybe you can help out with her. I don't know if Darius has come and reported to you all that. If you can help out with that, that'd be splendid. Maybe we can find clues to where they took Mela there. And hope we still have you for some time, Jean. Your abilities are much needed, or you have to go back. But is there anything else I can do for you?
Do we know what sort of force we're looking at the fort? Or we should ask Raven about that.
You should definitely ask Raven about that.
Yeah. We seem to be shy of one horse again. Would we be able to get another?
2 horses.
2. Yes, 2 horses. Although, Jane, would you... Oh, no, your horse has probably been killed. Yes, 2 horses, please.
Taken.
No, Belrum's riding on mine. No more dead horses.
I mean, the stables are there for you to use, but, horses are a hard commodity to keep, fly. I don't know, just talk to stable people. I mean, I'm sure they can get you more horses, but just keep in mind, you might need them for a war. And just having your horses die.
We'll keep that in mind next time we're charging into battle, won't we, Belram?
Yes, we will.
Would it be possible to check out, like a coach or like a wagon type thing that we could, use for, maybe Belram and a few others could hang out on the wagon, or if we need to somehow.
There's a wagon. Yeah, you can get a wagon.
I don't need a wagon.
Well, we also have been running into this where we've ended up on multiple times
Running into wagons, yes, and then we trip. We know what happens.
Right. But we've run into a few occasions where we need to drag stuff back, bodies, treasure, things like that.
You can tell she's kind of very rushed, and y'all having this conversation. She's like, just go see the stableman with what you need. I'm sure they can outfit with what you need.
Right, so that's our mission now, yes? Help Raven?
Yes.
All right, let's go, or whatever.
Okay.
And she looks at Jane again. Thank you again for your services. They're much needed. Thank you. And
May Valamos be with you.
and she gives that look like she doesn't know who that is, and she just kind of does the whole thing. Is like, you're helping. She doesn't want to push it unless you're out the door.
As soon as the door closes behind us, I round on Jean. What do you mean go back?
Damn it,
She said-
Marshall.
She
Oh,
said,
she said before you go back.
yep, before you go back where? Great, where?
Home?
Where's home? You can't do like a distance thing and help while you're wherever.
I'm just here temporary.
From?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
You're probably right. Let's go.
All right.
Somebody clip that. That's funny.
You can see G just deflate with relief, like, oh.
If anyone else wants to take it up.
So, heading down. Do you want to head to stables right away, or you just want to go to the meeting first? I'm assuming you want to go to the meeting first to see what you're getting into.
Yeah, meeting
Which
first.
which is closer?
I mean,
Like, is the stable on the way, or would we have to double back?
the stables are kind of part of the castle. You don't go to the stable smith for your stuff. You go, like, the castle and the military is their own stuff. But I mean, either or, I mean, I don't know if you want to gather your supplies before knowing the mission first, but it's up to you guys. I don't care.
I guess while we're here, we can inquire about extra horses.
If you want to get that wagon, it might give them some time to make it ready for you.
We probably don't need a wagon. We probably just need like a cart. We can chuck stuff in if we need to. Wagon's a bit
You
big.
really want to keep bringing dead people back.
Well, not necessarily dead people. Like Fargab's a bit big, isn't it?
Yeah,
We
it's
could
a
put the
big
Fargab
backpack.
in there.
Okay.
Yeah, we could put the Fargab in there and,
You have two of them.
you know, have it safe. Oh, can I retroactively leave one with the Marshal again? We keep one, Marshal has one.
Yeah, we just finished working on the one.
You want to
But
explain
still
to
here
her what
anyhow.
you did, Laura, when with it? I would imagine
I
you
did.
actually already did.
I already did.
Yeah. All right.
So it's only one that has extra miles? Well, they're both through.
expand
Well, they're
them
both-
for both.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're basically big walkie-talkies is basically what they are.
Mhm.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, so I leave one with Marshall. Yep.
So she has it propped up in her office somewhere. Kind of like a old-timey radio stand where it's just sitting on a table. She's not going to carry it around. But...
That's all right.
All right. You head to the stables. They let you know they don't really have a small cart, but they can definitely set up a wagon for you and whatever else you might need.
Yep. Whatever's available, I guess.
So you tell
Anyone got any specifications they'd like to input?
No.
Like spikes on the wheels or extra carry space for booze or something? I don't know.
I think the spikes would get caught on, all of the trees.
They'd look cool, though.
Bushes.
They would definitely look cool.
I mean, some sort of like armored thing with like arrow
Ooh.
slits, like a
If
an
we could
armored.
have made that, we could have had armor on our horses to begin with.
Yeah,
That's
true.
probably just going to weigh it all down.
I mean, the war horses do have armor on them. That's why they have a little bit of higher AC.
Hmm.
If y'all didn't put war horses in your extras and just put horses, that might be the issue y'all might be having. Make sure you put war horses.
No, mine was a warhorse.
Warhorse.
It took the
11
19
AC.
points of damage
Yeah.
plus.
Yeah, you can get horse barding, which is like extra AC, but yeah, that's all right.
But
I have my own tack for the horse. As I'm still carrying the one from my last horse.
do you have two tats?
No, I just very nice, DM.
All right.
Yes, actually, you're right. I am going to say I have two tack. Fine.
I can't remember if you grabbed the
I'm
other
going
one.
to
That's what
add
I'm
that. I'm going to put that in my inventory.
When you collect 2 more, you can get another horse.
Trade it in, right? Get 4 for 1.
No, Minecraft just boop, 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 boop.
Wow, they don't have that in inventory.
Probably
They should.
Oh, wait, there it is. No, they got block and tackle, and they've got fishing tackle and infernal tack. I mean, I guess I could.
That's an infernal attack that will summon a nightmare, and you have to be lawful evil for that one.
Man,
He's killed 2 horses.
The way it's
Just
going
put
with
in
me,
your
it'll die immediately anyways. I got 2 clerics with me. They're gonna just blaze it off. What?
Anyway, so they explain to you if you want a wagon, we have this black wagon. May not have the horns, but it looks pretty sick. So we can hook up these 2 black horses to it.
Aesthetic.
Save the horses.
I mean, we can.
But we need horses for a wagon.
I mean, is
Don't
it
need a
possible to
wagon.
get like a red racing stripe painted down the side?
If it's red, it goes
Lightning bolt.
faster, right?
Yeah,
That'll take more time.
like maybe a little zigzag.
In your head from a despotic voice. I'm not painting that.
I bet draconian blood is red.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen them bleed. They just keep exploding.
True.
That's true.
How do we know? We just need to go and try it against other ones.
They do seem to pop in different ways.
I won't worry about blood considering Ziggy's aim. You'll have some next time too.
A question: does anybody actually want to be like a cart pilot, stagecoach pilot? I would
I
imagine.
don't think I have that skill. Nope.
Yeah, as intrepid
The driver.
adventurers, we all want our own horse and to be able to gallop along and stuff. Like, who's going to pilot the cart coach thing?
I mean, if you don't have the land vehicles,
have it.
whatever, for it,
Yep. Nope.
which is fine, it just means you're just rolling out on handling chest instead. That's all it really means. Anybody can drive a cart.
Is it possible we can I don't know, hire a serf to like kind of drive the wagon behind us? Like
listen to Mr. Let's get a serf. Wow.
I'm saying like we're part of an army now. Maybe I'm not using the correct terminology, but we're
You're more of the SEAL team that goes in ahead or scouting or doing your specialized missions that the big army can't normally handle.
Yeah, and a loud cart won't let us sneak.
I am on board with the more sneaky side of things, myself.
I agree too. I don't think anyone actually wants to drag a big cart around.
I mean, I would ask if an unseen servant could drive it for us.
Well, that'd be a good idea.
But
you need the
servant stuff.
unseen servant if you do your magic trick again. With that bottle of wine.
Oh, right.
Whiskey, I think it was.
Whiskey,
We
was
would
it?
be driving
Yeah, it
the
was.
cart then, would we?
I mean, would it be
Hopefully
possible to have? Oh, sorry. Would it be possible to have like a support team, like where the strike force go forward on our horses, and then we have some foot soldiers with a cart ready, kind of following along behind us a little bit.
Do you want some
A few
servants over
miles
there,
back.
little bumpkin, little woodsman? Why do we need extra people?
I guess not. You're probably right, but it's just come up that we've needed to drag stuff around before. I'm sort of trying to think outside the box,
That's above my
brainstorm our
pay grade.
situation.
It's come up one time we've needed to drag stuff.
Yeah, but it's pretty gross. It's traumatic.
You don't have to
Nobody
drag
wanted
stuff.
to drag it
All right, I'd say let's put the cart coach
before the
idea
horse.
aside
Got
for
it.
now. And but should we bring extra horses? Should we each have
Probably not extra, just enough for all of us, and make sure Belram doesn't ride his into battle again.
They need the horses more than us. Especially if we're going in stealthily, we're not going to be taking the horses in with us.
Yeah, we better see
Alright.
what Raven says. What sort of mission this is
Yeah,
going to be.
we need to talk to Raven before we make any plans, really.
Thanks for your time. We won't be taking anything.
As he's like opening up the gate to pull out this black with metal, like shiny metal latchings that holds it together.
Man, it is
It's like,
cool,
oh,
guys.
Okay,
looks so
and he
cool.
shuts the gate.
I mean, everybody still has their horse except for Jean and me.
Well, I said you could ride with me, but you just kind of. I need a horse to kill.
Did I hear you say that part, or did I?
She said it out loud.
Yeah, I said
Yeah,
that.
but you had said before that he killed another one, or that's 2 for 2.
Well, yes, I said both.
I don't know if I heard anything after that part, because then Ziggy started at that point.
What'd I do?
You shot someone.
Oh,
And the one chink in their armor, the only chink that they have in there.
I should just assume at some point, at this point, anytime my name comes up, it's because of that.
Hey man, I turn into a windmill, you shoot the party members. All right, we all have our flaws.
Suppose.
Oh, he also has mystery girlfriends too.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't really pursued that very much.
But there's no we in that though, right? I mean,
Not as far as I know. We don't even know where they went.
Or who they were, really.
does he bother
Anyway.
with names? It's Ziggy. He just shoots his arrows.
I don't
Blindly.
know if we caught that. I don't know if I talked to them enough to
See?
the blue
The blue
elf.
one, I think we got her name. The green one, we didn't.
Oh. Well, that was a long time ago. I would not
Yeah.
remember the name at this point.
The
A
blue,
It
whole
was
week
a
ago.
week
Oh,
ago.
God.
It was a week ago.
the blue one was Ladora.
All right. As y'all decline the horses and cart, I guess you head down to the refugee camp that's been set up. You see the massive tent they have made for Raven. As you get there, you see they gather around like a war table type scenario. Raven's there with Harriet, standing up in the background on like a crutch. Speckle. She looks at you with a tear on the side of her eye, expecting to never see you again. My eyes deceive me. She
It's
says
good
that-
to see you up, Becklin.
I don't know how he survived.
We don't know how you survived. You held off a bloody army for us to get away.
We all did. It seems y'all made good on yourselves.
We're doing all right. Hey,
If I get myself straight, I'll come on a mission with you.
you're on a crutch.
She looks
We'll
over-
be right.
she
Go
looks
ahead,
over
sorry.
at Vera. Be a doll and come over.
Okay.
He fits my leg.
I can certainly try.
You fits it completely.
Don't know if it'll be completely. Are you sure you need to be in this fight?
Just
If
Shouldn't
we-
you rest? You've been through a lot.
I'm also starting to get a little worried that we're sending out everyone and there's going to be no one left here to defend Calaman. That is a very important thing, too.
Raven says to you, it's just a small force.
I was trying to talk her into staying. Shh.
Well, are you gonna fix her leg, or
Yeah.
you can make a persuasion check while you do that too?
Would it be with the persuasion check with advantage? Because I was kind of like, hey, rest.
Sure.
Cool.
I don't think I'll need advantage.
Nice. Nat 20.
No, just because how high my persuasion is. 23.
I'm made for the battlefield, Vera, but if you insist.
And I cure wounds for 8. Yeah. That was so low.
That's so much relief. She throws the crotch aside. Right. Some bloodshed. But I will respect your decision. And she sits back down. And Mayor Raven pulls out this map, which I've already put it into your inventory. Or inventory, the Discord chat. You're not going to see anything on here. This is more for the stream. As you can see, the tower, the fort's tallest tower is the watchtower, or northwest tower is the watchtower with a commanding view of the surrounding land. All four corners of the fortification are equipped with horns that sentries can use to raise the alarm. I do not know how many of the dragon army is there. After we leave and the troops that I have leave Kalaman, it will take us 8 hours to get in position to secure in a secluded grove a mile from the fort. I'm thinking maybe you guys can slip in and open the gates take out any kind of resistance that you might be able to have, or so we can come in the gate and vanquish anything that's left. But I am open to any suggestions that you might have. Each gate has wrenches on the side to open them up that you need to turn to open the gates.
So opening a gate's going to be very loud.
And
Cool.
slow.
That's what I'm saying. Hopefully you can get in there quiet. As soon as you get the gates open, I can get my forces in. Pick out what's left. But we can't just attack it straight on. They'll see us coming. But I'm open to any kind of plans that you might have.
The basis sounds good. Do we know if there's... Who would know this fort very, very well?
We're standing here. We're right here.
How tall is it to the tallest tower, the northwest one? How many feet up?
Let's see. Oh, there we go. She explains to you there's the chambers within the keep are 10 feet high to the ceiling. The gates of the outposts are about 15 foot tall. There are torches provided light throughout the fort. The walls are 20 feet high.
Mm-hmm.
And the towers give an additional 10 feet for each floor, so that makes it 30 feet high.
So the tallest tower in the northwest is 30 feet high.
Mhm.
We can do that.
Do we know if there's like a sewer entrance or anything like that we can slip in? No.
Nothing like that. No.
How about windows? Do they have like the little slit windows?
Yes, they have little slit windows that can shoot arrows out.
Which direction is this little wood? A mile from the fort. What direction?
Explain to you, Darius, explain to you, it was 20, what did I say? Wait, what are you talking about? What are you asking?
Like there's a clearing where the army is going to go. 8 hours travel to get to this clearing. About
They
what
said it'd be about
direction
a
from?
mile, so it'd be north of it, because once you get
North?
to the because on the map I've shared with you, you'll be approaching from the north side to it, unless you try to go around somewhere. But if you go direct route, you'll be coming from the north.
I propose. Do you see northeast corner? Am I mistaken in thinking in that little indent in the middle there? There are no arrow hills there.
There definitely are.
Because I see 2 on each of the outer ones, but none on the middle one.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Appears.
Or would you say there probably are?
No, there's not. There's 2 on each side. You still have to get around the view of them to get to that indent.
I propose really, really sneaky folk sneak to the blind spot there, climb up the wall with grappling hooks or whatever we need. Sneak. We sneak in and get like a little lay of the land, see how many people we're facing. If there's not too many, we take them out and make a signal, and everyone else can come and climb up the wall. And if there's a lot, we need to make a distraction.
That's a very sound plan, but I can offer, just in case any of our sneaky sneeple fail at their climbing or fall, that since the tower is only 30 feet high, I can teleport you up there instead. That's up
Would
to
you have to come with us to do
No.
that? You can do it at a distance.
90 feet.
Ooh, that sounds good. Teleport definitely sounds more fun than grappling hooks.
Just keep in mind there'd be definitely probably be people on watch that you don't want to give up this fort.
And we have no idea how many numbers we're expecting.
She also explains to you in between the towers are kind of like a catwalk where they can travel in between. Just like if you ever seen those old movies or medieval movies where there's people standing out on top of the gate looking over the wall, all those areas in between the towers are like that. So even if somebody gets on the roof, there's still a possibility of being seen by anybody patrolling.
Even if they came from the northwest to squat and look down from that, since it's the tallest.
I mean, either way, you can be rolling stealth checks to see if they notice you or not, all that kind of stuff. So,
I wish we had that armor ready. We could just pretend to be some of their new soldiers, since I know they don't know all their new soldiers and they're just hiring out.
didn't y'all pick up armor, or y'all getting
We're
it?
waiting for it to be retrofitted.
How long did I say that would take?
Like 2 or 3 days.
Okay, y'all been at 2 days, hasn't it? Or you did it right before the last mission? I don't remember.
Before they headed out again.
Oh, a week or 2. Sorry, not a few days, week or 2.
Did I say a week or 2?
That's in my notes. We might have changed it.
I I may have said 2 to 3 days feels more right. The week or two for the potion, I think it was. One of the, because y'all were getting potion made, and I think it was the potion was a week or two.
Week or two for chainmail retrofit. We'll notify when ready.
Oh, was it?
Yep, and potion of greater restoration, 3 days.
Oh, so I got my notes backwards. Okay. Potion greater restoration was 3 days. Oh, I think they had an option for you to pay more to make it faster for armor. I don't think y'all did that.
Probably not.
We put a lot of money into that potion instead.
Yeah.
Hey, Lorwyn. I've heard tell of wizards and magic folk who can change their appearance to make them look like someone else. Do you have anything like that?
No.
No?
No.
That's all right.
Sorry.
Just having a thought.
Is that spell available to wizards?
It's illusion, so if you have illusion. So, Dugan,
Yes.
if we did that plan and we went up onto the roof on top of the barracks, you're saying there would be people on the roof or they would just be down on the catwalks?
You will have to find out exactly what's there when you get there. I'm just saying. I'm just saying what she was explaining to you, that those are catwalks, and they're more than likely patrolling those areas so often.
Yeah, definitely.
She just doesn't know how many people's there and how often they do it. She don't know the current current situation there.
Yep.
She just has this basic layout map that she is giving you. She knows that there is some jail cells, storage, and there's also a place for like a small stable up to 3 horses. There's a small kitchen. The kitchen is the only thing that's wooden on the map.
Well, that's the biggest blind spot I'm seeing, so maybe we can call that Plan A.
And Laura, and you would know that if you wanted to get any kind of wizardry stuff, because you saw the place you were getting the potion made, you can probably get any kind of spell.
Not for free.
Huh?
Not for free though.
Yeah, but we can work out a deal.
Okay.
So when we do get inside, what's the mission then? To mess up those horns so that they don't immediately alert anything?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yep. Sabotage all the way.
Because it's going to take a little bit to open the gate, it sounds like.
There's 2 gates, the front and the back, and each one has its own controls. I do believe, let's see. Oh, never mind.
We heard nothing.
But she starts to think how they open, and she does not remember how exactly they open.
It's a winch, yeah?
It's a winch, but she doesn't know if it's anything else needed for that.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
That sounds like it's probably locked. But I'm not supposed to know that. We'll find out when we get there.
Does she know if it's wooden rope?
What, the winch?
Mm-hmm.
Chain.
Yeah, definitely chain.
Oh. Frickin' fireball the damn thing.
But yeah.
Here's another thought, but it would take a lot of moving and stuff, but potentially could be done. We do more sneaky sneak. We do the original thing of sneaky sneak, teleport up. But instead of like taking out people in the barracks area, we sabotage the things they have to call for help. and then we sneak off that particular tower and quickly sneak around to another tower and do the same thing. And sneak, teleport, sneak, teleport, sneak, teleport.
Oh, I can't teleport that often.
Okay.
If it helps, I can also teleport.
That would be
How's your
something.
sneak, though?
Very bad.
Yeah.
Well, only bad because it's at disadvantage. It's actually a +5, and yeah, and I'm proficient, but disadvantage still.
Yeah.
Belram, Jean, if you want to contribute to this little catastrophe we're doing.
I'm not good at stealth at all.
Do we know how many
Ooh.
beings are inside the fort?
None at all. No idea at all.
Mm,
It'd be
No
great if
idea.
there were none at all.
No, what would be the point of the mission?
Because I do like the idea of this sabotage, but then once we get up to one roof, there's not really a way for us to get to the next one without being seen.
yeah. Hmm.
Unless I'm pretty
you-
fucking sneaky. I could try to sneak through the center of the fort and like climb up the side. It'd probably be absolutely stupid. I'd probably die, but
I'm not sure we want to send you on a suicide mission, especially when we'd have no way of contacting you to see if you've made it across or not.
Or we could just go in the middle of the night. I like the sneak idea, which is not for me. But while they're sleeping, minimal guards out there, lock the barracks so they're trapped inside there, kill the guards on the outside, burn the barracks so that Jean
Stone.
has, right? Exactly, something. Jean can go and make her whatever god that we don't know about happy with some more souls, and we get the fort.
Okay.
I like the idea. But the barracks are made of stone, so we'd have to find a way to accelerate that a bit. I do like the idea of locking them in while they're sleeping, though. Love that idea.
I'm sure there's things that can lock doors, especially if they're made of stone. And I'm sure their beds are wood. And there's cloth. And I'm sure we could find grease or oil. Just an idea. Or you can just let me go in the middle of the barracks and I'll take care of them.
That might. Yeah, If there weren't warnings, I'd say maybe. But there's the bells and whistles and shit.
Yeah, we gotta deal with those horns.
Horns. That's the
Or
word.
all of them are going to be
Horns.
up and on us at once.
And
How about this? How about this? I sneak up to the blind spot. Lorrowan teleports me up. I take out the horns and stuff. We'll attack at night. I lock in the sleeping people in their barracks. Take out any surrounding soldiers I see. If I get into trouble, here's a thought. We bring the Fargab with us. I wear the Fargab and have it on me, and if I get into trouble, I'd be like, okay, abort, and
But
How
Come help.
sneaky are you gonna be with that on your back? It is a whole backpack and we're kinder.
I don't think it gives me a disadvantage or anything.
and the other one's with Marshall.
Yeah, we can grab that, though. We haven't left yet.
Yeah, we haven't left yet.
It is loud though when you use it though.
Oh, that's right.
Mm.
I say sneaky sneak, disable the guards at the horns, sneak, disable the rest of the guards at the top of the wall.
Might
way-
need help with that one though. Like on the little arrow slits outside of the barracks, there's probably only going to be maybe 4. I can take care of that. But on the walls, there's going to be more, so I won't be able to take care of that by myself, I think.
Or even just sitting there listening, it's like, maybe like have Team A, Team B. If y'all have
Yeah.
any uniforms that y'all picked up off dead bodies, maybe you can go in as new recruits.
About that, we had some.
It just might not be available for a time.
We asked for them to be fitted since, a lot of us are tiny. And they were not.
That also might be an issue. They might highly suspect you as recruits if you're tiny too.
Didn't we have a letter from one of the camps we went to that was basically a recruitment letter?
Mm-hmm.
We could use as
It was
proof.
from the farm. It wasn't a camp where they were doing recruits.
Yeah. We could use as proof as being one of their new mercs.
Yeah, it was addressed
case
to
we
the
got caught.
officer, and it said, "High Master requires soldiers, not thuds. Figure out which you have and dispatch the ones not suited to the task. This is the Dragon Queen's will." That's what the note said. So basically said, who is not fit, to kill them.
See, we're helping them.
Yeah,
Those that aren't fit, we're going to kill them.
Exactly. No, I was just meaning to have something on us to make us seem more like one of them if we got caught, pretending we're one of
And to
their
have
new...
that letter, it makes you seem like you're more of a higher standing than just a foot soldier. So, that's the way it's written and addressed.
If only we had a human with us.
Previously on Swan.
Human?
Why y'all looking at me?
Might I
Humans.
You're the only-
Humans, in
You're
fact.
the only human.
Ziggy's human.
Ziggy's human.
Ziggy's not there.
He could have
You're
been.
not here?
Ziggy's there around the table. Speaking of Ziggy, as you're standing kind of like at the edge of the tent, kind of just listening, you get a piece of paper slipped in your hand.
I read it.
I'll send it to you. What it says. I don't want anybody else to hear it.
Drink more Ovaltine.
Oh, I'm bad at reading. I have to read out loud, very loudly. Did it like it had a directions, a meeting place?
Yeah.
All
What
right,
are
guys.
you
I'm out.
talking
And I
about? Just
immediately leave.
respond so they don't know.
I quickly fold the note, put it back, and look back and forth and look for a convenient time to duck out.
How sneaky are you?
Pretty
Roll stealth
sneaky.
check.
Are you though?
I don't know. Let's see. Not enough. 15.
Well, that's my passive perception.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Five?
mine's 14. I don't notice.
Yeah, what's it? Does
14 for me, yeah.
14.
what did he roll?
15.
Rolled
A
15.
15, yeah.
Lauren
I
notices
noticed
you.
me.
Lauren notices you leave.
Yeah, if it's a match, you see him.
I'm just gonna let him go. Just kind of go back to my.
Mental note.
So we're thinking a team A and a team B, attacking the towers, getting rid of the horns, being as sneaky and covert as we can along the way.
Sounds good.
And then Team C of Belram as a distraction.
Sure.
I reckon you should come up onto the walls with us. Your muscle.
You can be a distraction up there too.
That
You see,
can be
my
a
problem-
distraction.
My problem is
Toss him.
just toss them at the enemies.
Dwarf
My
toss.
problem is I can sneak and I can kill people who aren't aware of me, but I can only do that on like a small group of people. I need big tank people, big kill people to take out the other ones while I run off to the next alert tower so I can disable that. So you are a distraction, but you're also like the heavy hitters. So
Wait,
you'd be helpful with us on the walls.
if you've got to run, somebody can run really fast. Someone has a way to run
speaks of
fast.
Thingies.
Right, Vera?
I do.
Vera,
Yes.
I have this lovely amulet here. It makes me feel really strong and full of constitution. Wink, wink. Would you like to trade this for a day? Because if I'm super fast and super sneaky, I can get around to all these towers right quick.
All right.
Right, we'll do that right before, and we'll swap and get to know them better right before.
It takes an hour.
Mm-hmm. So if we get there at like dusk and we attune, it'll be nightfall. I like the sound of that. I think that sounds like a plan. What's everyone else think?
Yay. I think if it all goes south, I can probably save me and one other, and the rest is up to you all.
As Darrett's standing there, I don't know where your friend went, but I'll accompany you on this trip.
We'd appreciate it.
As long as you don't attack one of us.
Why would I do that to you? I love my friends.
I seem to remember you doing it before.
Oh, no.
Listen, I was nervous. My gloves were slippy. It came
You've gotten a lot
loose.
better. You've gotten a lot better. We'll see how better.
So, alright. Mayre is just like, alright, I'll gather the forces. We'll leave at dawn. Are you going to ride with us, or are you going to go ahead?
Do we
Might as well
have
ride with
any grappling hooks or anything in case we can't teleport?
That's probably a good idea.
Hey, you might can try to ask for those if you go back to pick up your armor and see if they're ready.
That's true.
But we'll leave it dawn and we'll get there in 8 hours. I don't know if you want to go ahead and scout the head first before we get there, see what you're up against and what we're up against, and do that too.
So they're leaving at dawn tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, we might as well go now so that we can see what the place is like at night.
See if you can clock their rotation of guards. Maybe
Yeah.
get a rough estimate of how many of them there are.
Yep. I like the sound of that. So we head out soonish, so we get there around night, yeah?
Okay.
Anything else we need? Probably want to pick up some more. Oh, we ordered rations,
need to
didn't we?
We do need to go get some grappling hooks just in case. Don't need any of us falling off of the wall.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun. Yeah, so I guess half of us go to the mess hall and pick up rations, and half of us go to the armorer.
Okay.
I think he tried for rations earlier. If one of us wants to go get the horses ready.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I seem to recall the cook said that he'd have them ready fairly soon. Yeah, I'll head to the armorer. Who wants to come with me?
I will come with. This time
Yay.
I'll be carrying you on my back.
As you
Yay!
turn around, you do not see Ziggy anywhere.
He run away?
I probably don't even notice, to be honest. Oi, who's run away?
Ziggy, apparently.
Oh, Maybe you got hungry.
Probably.
Hmm.
All right, rations. We'll be back. Who's going with me for rations then?
I'll start getting the horses ready.
I'll go with you with the rations.
You know, not to put it.
No, let him do it.
Should we really let them near horses?
What
You
is
were
the
fine with
problem?
the horse.
You know,
It was
you.
the Draconians that were not fine with it.
Hmm.
Yeah, Belrun's not killing the horses, is just
Is
sort
he
of
though?
not being responsible with them. So proximity to horses isn't the problem.
I mean, if we go to
Fine,
the stables,
I'll
and they're
get the
all dead-
food. I'll get the food. You can go get the horses ready.
Okay.
Well,
You
as
don't
y'all
get
standing there,
horses.
she gives you that map, which again I attached it into Discord, so it's there for you to have.
Okay.
Look over. So as a party, you have that. She heads out, and Dara would be like, "So are we leaving now?
Oh, give it an hour. Get
Yeah.
yourself together and meet us at the stables.
And you said you had armor being made.
Yeah, potentially. It might not be ready yet.
We'll check it while we're getting some
I'll check
supplies.
on that for you.
Huh.
Maybe I can work some magic.
That'd be nice.
Where would you like to meet you at the stables?
Yeah, stables. I look at everyone else.
Stables.
Stables, yeah.
Yeah, he walks out of the tent and headed to the armor or wherever he went to go have it made. But
Yeah,
he's at
we'll
the
head up
castle.
as well to get the grappling hooks.
Don't you already have those in like the starting gear?
Mm-mm. It's only in certain packs.
None of y'all took one of those pats? Oh man. Alright.
Why would I take that kind of?
It didn't come. Mine didn't come with. I got like rope, hempen. I didn't get a grappling hook in it though.
I've
Okay.
got ball bearings.
Torch, tinderbox.
Okay. I thought
Sorry,
for sure
wizards
that-
aren't offered that.
Yeah. I mean, I know not all pats have them, but certain pats you do, and I thought for sure somebody would have grabbed it. Alright. Where are you headed to get the grappling hook?
If not the armorer, the armory, I think, had gear and stuff, yeah?
The castle did not have this type of gear. It had more. I don't know, would it be standard? What? It's not like the standard type of type of gear for like fighters and paladins and stuff like that. You know, so that would probably direct you to the
Like a general store or something.
not even general store. It would be like an armory that specializes in that type of stuff. Like, I don't have the name for it in my head. Like, kind of like a hobby shop type deal. But like, and I'm looking for more of a term for it. Now I can't go to
Hobby Lobby.
Shut up. But like, more of a exploration store or something like that. Like, and
A specialty store.
yeah, specialty store. There we go. We'll roll with that.
We'll
one.
go with that.
Yeah, we'll go with that one.
Are there any in Calaman?
Sure. As you find one, they direct you to one. Ask a few locals, and they'll go for 2 silver pieces. Oh no, so still coins. 2 still coins. Jesus.
All right, one for each of us, you reckon?
Yeah.
Right, I hand over. How many of us are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 2. 12. I hand over 12 steel pieces.
All right. They're grappling hooks themselves. You still need to tie rope to them. They can be used to secure battlements, window ledges, climb a tree, or other types of stuff like that. So just keep in mind you have to attach the rope. So the people that do have rope, you have to take your rope and attach to it.
Yeah, I hand one off to Vera, and for now, I'll put the rest in my bag of holding.
So if anybody else that doesn't have rope, you need to buy rope too. Does anybody have rope? Everybody have rope?
I need rope.
Unfortunately, I do not know this. Who did you go with?
I've got like 50 feet of rope.
Yeah, that's
I
like
mean,
what you need. Though.
it'd be kind of like you get it and you see the rope's not attached. It might be like a light bulb on your head. You might want to think about that. Like, would everybody have
Yeah,
rope?
Carrie's like, I have rope. Vera has rope. Everybody has rope.
We can also just cut the rope to make more. But yeah.
They actually have
Hempen rope for like a silver.
so like they have they do have hipping rope of 50 feet for steel coin.
Yep, I'll give a steel for. Let's get two steel for 2 rope.
So 50 feet of hempen rope. It has 2 hit points and can be pretty much torn apart with a 17 straight check if you're trying to do that too. But yeah.
Okay, so that's 100 feet of rope total, right? Because I got 2.
Yep, got 2.
Yep, I'm just chucking that in the bag of holding. And grappling hook. Okay.
While I do have Kiri alone, I would like to
Kill her.
I was gonna speak it too in Kinderspeak with you earlier, but I don't know if you actually speak it. I assumed you would, but
I do.
we're
Yep.
alone now. We're alone now. So I just want to I see there's a lot of sus and a lot of, we'll say, discomfort right now with one of our new members, and going in this, we definitely want to have full trust with people so they're not shooting us in the back more than they already do. So I would like to point out I do have an ability to cast basically a truth spell within an area if we do want to talk to her beforehand. She wouldn't be able to lie within it, but doesn't force her to tell the truth either. She could just skirt it like she's been doing now, but that is an option.
I'm a bit conflicted with her because I am of the opinion that you need to know each other to be able to trust each other, but at the same time, she doesn't want to be known, yet she's helping us. I'm just not sure if it's for, from an altruistic standpoint or from a personal gain standpoint.
I honestly don't want to use this on her because the more distrust you show on someone, it's just going to make the situation worse. But it is an option there. I do also want to remind you, though, that none of us really, I mean, we lived in the same hometown for ages. None of us really knew each other. How much do you actually know about me? You didn't really need that, though.
I think you're a soldier. At some point you said you were a knight or something. That'll do. Yep, I see your point.
As long as we know the motives are okay. She's got your back. And so far, she's not done anything that's been against that.
I'm still reserved in my judgment about her, but we'll see.
All right.
So
We head back.
for GM purposes, so Carrie and Vera went to get the grappling hooks and rope. Okay. Laura, when you went to get the food?
No, I switched with Belram. I'm at the stables.
Okay. And Jean, where you at?
I was going with Laurelyn to.
The stables.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we'll do you. So you get to the stables, and the stableman is just there, kind of putting on a shoe onto one of the horses. You back for the cut?
Yes. We need to be ready in about an hour, I think.
I thought we wanted to go stealthily, though.
We will save the cart for next time.
There we go.
It's like, as you say that, you can see like he has a little bit of a cheer that is getting used, and then all of a sudden when you say that, he goes like, "Oh, okay." So just a standard. How many horses?
6.
5. We don't know where Ziggy went.
Oh, that's right. 5 horses.
Okay.
Darrett, you have Darrett.
Oh, 6
The way
horses. I seem to remember the 6 now.
The 6.
It changes so often. Could you personally name the one that you hand off to Belram Lucky?
Can you hand what now?
The horse that you hand off to Belram when we depart, if you could personally just name it Lucky. Tell him that it's named Lucky, and as you hand it off to him, let him know that.
You saying that to Gene or?
No, the
No,
stable
the
hand?
stable dude.
Well, he's gonna have everything set up for y'all. Just come back and get on your horses.
Well, his horse is dead, so if you could just say that the one that Belram
Oh.
takes is named Lucky would be great.
Is this a joke you're trying to play?
Yup.
I like jokes. I'm sure I don't get it, but maybe
You
maybe
know
it'll
what?
happen when I say it.
Two Steel says you will find it very funny later when you're in a bar tonight.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
We'll crash over to Ziggy since Ziggy's pretty much done for the night. So what I'm gonna do here in a second is bring in my phone for his camera, and I'm just gonna do what we're gonna do for him. So I need at this point everybody else. Ooh, now she gave me a D6. Nice. So everybody that's besides Ziggy, take your headphones off, please, or mute yourself where you cannot hear. I don't know if Kiri is listening or not. Kiri, can you hear me? I don't know if Kiri can hear me. Kiri, can you hear me? Okay, I'm assuming she doesn't. Ziggy,
Yes.
you are led. You're told to meet at the castle. You see a blue mist attract your attention. It leads you down below the keep. And as you start heading that way, you find yourself, the surrounding of you vanishes. And you're in the middle of seem to be open combat. You see a banner with a black rose engraved onto the banner. You see individuals dying. And then in the next scene you see the same individuals that were dying on horseback, riding to some location, bearing this banner of a black rose on a white banner. As you look forward, look into their eyes, you can tell they're skeletons, undead. The horses are undead. And the vision fades. You find yourself running to the library. You're researching what you saw. And that's where we'll cut your episode in, and I'll throw my camera in.
Yeah, sure.
And we'll address what you find, whatever, by next session.
Yeah, I'll research the Black Rose heraldry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me throw my camera in. All right, you can drop out.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Is everybody good? Give me a thumbs up.
I can hear you, yeah.
I don't think anybody's watching. I don't have Ziggy's art, so you should have to deal with it. All right. Bellroom, can you hear me?
You're muted.
Are you muted?
Mm-hmm.
How am I muted?
Never mind, I didn't put myself off mute. Never mind.
I need Bellroom to put his head. There he goes. There we go. We're good now. All right. Bellroom, you head back to the kitchen. You pick. They have the stuff already pre-laid out if you were going to grab them.
I am.
You just see
And
like,
I thank.
just- huh?
And I go to thank them.
You're welcome. Good luck on your journeys.
Good luck at what?
Your journeys.
Thank you. We shall endeavor to come back.
Alrighty. Did y'all we're meeting up at the stables, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody reconvenes at the stables. Eventually, Darius shows back up. But it's kind of like so much of it. He's got like a little wheelbarrow, and he's got the outfits that y'all had prepared or having prepared, ready to go. You probably questioning how he got them already that quick. And he's all right. Everybody take care of everything you need. Everybody get everything they need.
Yep, I got grappling hooks and I got rope. Who needs what?
I'll take a grappling hook and a rope. I'm not sure what we're going to do with it, but sure.
Rope.
All right.
Just in case. Just in case.
Let's see. I picked up your armor. I got them. You don't want
Yeah,
to
they
know.
said it was going to be another week or two. How'd you manage that?
Don't ask questions you're not prepared for.
All right.
Awesome. I'll definitely take that armor.
All right. And they look like the dragon soldiers' armors, right? That's what
Yep.
the purpose of you getting them size for you, right?
Yep.
How many sets were there? It was 4? I don't remember. That was like so long ago at this point.
I thought you said 5.
Was there 5 sets?
There were
thought so.
5, but we did ask them to put 2 into 1 to make.
Oh yeah, the
the
3
double kindred.
Yeah.
3 kobolds in the trench coat idea. So yeah, that's what happened. So you have one that you have to figure out how you're gonna do that. So and then
Well,
everybody
that-
else has a set. Is that what I gathered? Okay. So now you have another possible plan for this.
Yeah, that's a possible new plan for this. What?
I would give it to the non-stealthy people in case they get caught.
Yep. What about you and me, Vera? This was going to be that we would on top of one or the other. I won't be able to stealth very well when I'm on your shoulders.
No.
Darius was like, I thought the point of these is not the stealth, just walk right into a camp of them. They pay you no mind? Why
Or you could walk in with it, take it apart, and stealth in later.
I don't know. It's y'all's plan. I'm just here to support you while Ziggy's doing whatever the hell.
Who can wear chainmail for one?
I think I can. Hold on.
You should be able to if you can wear plate.
Yeah.
I don't think Belram can, or Lorwyn.
I mean, Belram can. He doesn't get the added feature.
Yeah, I could. I would. I'm just not proficient.
Yeah, anyone can wear it. It's just whether or not you're proficient. Yeah.
I just meant like I think. Well, Vera's not supposed to know that. Never mind.
If it's because it's the metal and stuff, it's I believe more towards the druids. Can't wear out the metal, but that's true too for elves, I believe. So getting on me.
All right, so just myself and Jean can wear it to begin with. How about you, Derek? Can you wear a chainmail?
I cannot.
I can. Oh, you asked Darius that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Since we have 4 that are not ridiculous sized and 1 that is.
Very much so. Should we be taking a cut with all this extra stuff, or? As he says this, the Stableman is like,
Let's take the wagon. Let's take the wagon.
What? Why?
I guess we can take the wagon.
Because it's cool looking. Look at it.
Just this guy's gonna have a total meltdown because we keep saying no, and then yes, and then we couldn't count.
Okay, I guess we can take the wagon. Are we gonna leave it with Raven's
I mean,
crew?
unless you have something way to carry all this extra stuff.
He does got a point.
He doesn't know about the bag of holding.
What extra stuff?
The armor, and then the grappling hooks and the rope.
Well, the grappling hooks and rope should fit inside of our existing backpacks.
Yep.
The armor is going to be a problem.
That's what he's talking about. That
Unless-
extra armor.
I can
Yeah.
just switch out my
put it on
armor
now.
for that.
You're gonna leave your current armor behind.
No, I would put it in the bag of holding, but yeah, he doesn't know about that. We have a bag of holding, Derek.
Yep, we can put all our stuff in here. Sorry, wagon guy. Again.
Oh.
Poor dude.
Gonna slip him 2 more steel. This guy's just done with us at this time.
And he brings a horse over to Belram. So, I've heard about your troubles. This horse is named Lucky.
Why is it named Lucky? Why are you laughing? What is so funny?
Daisy Watson.
Look, I know my beard isn't as long as it should be. That is
Oh,
no
I
reason
didn't
for you to
notice your
start.
beard. Now you say your beard.
Wait, What?
Daisy Watson.
I'm like,
Rage.
yeah.
No.
Let's see. 3 for 3. Is this horse going to die now? What?
Are you raging?
No.
Can we have like a poll next time as to whether or not his horse dies?
Oh, my
We
God.
can. We bring him next time in battle. We can easily do that. Actually, we could do a poll now. Will this horse die?
Oh god.
Place bets.
Well, we'll wait till next. We'll probably
Yeah,
wait. We'll wait till next
wait.
stream because we're too close to the end here.
That being said, I've got one more spare rope, and I've got like a bunch of grappling hooks. Does anyone want? Just in case.
I have a rope, but I'll take a hook.
Yep, there you go. You have to attach the hook to the rope.
Okay.
Anyone else? Hook, rope.
I'll get the hook and rope.
There you go. I've got one more hook if anyone wants it.
Didn't you give it to Harriet?
I've got two more. One for me, one spare.
Oh, Ziggy. That never showed up. Maybe we want to
Yep.
address that.
Anyone seen Ziggy?
No.
Hey, he was with us when we were talking to Mayor Raven.
Yeah,
I
he was
haven't
there in the
seen
war
him.
room.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since. What happened?
Maybe he got sick.
But didn't say anything?
Maybe we should go up and see if he's in the room.
Well, I mean, you saw how everyone was giving him his breakfast.
Hmm. Maybe we should talk to the cooks. Be like, hey, we're all been through a pretty bad time here. Maybe we can cut each other some slack.
Why?
Because if Ziggy's feeling down or whatever, it's not very fighting spirit, is it? Plus, he's not here.
But shooting us is fighting spirit? And that raises
I mean,
it?
he's trying. He's trying. Who doesn't accidentally hit a friend every now and then?
Or horses.
Well, I don't know. I haven't hit any horses. Elf,
Yes, child.
here's a mirror for you.
Oh, could you raise it up?
I'm sure it'll match the one you already carry. What a pretty hat.
Thank you. Can we get a booster seat for his horse?
Do you need
Or he's
me
just
to
like
bring you
popcorn.
another drink?
I'll probably
Or a
come
bottle.
in if I want.
Or a bottle?
I'm just gonna pat him on the head and start to get up on my horse.
If somebody doesn't clip that, I need some more clips for my zero bad stream. Need to clip all that.
So we heading up quick to look for Ziggy, or are we just gonna assume he's out for the count and leave?
Do we have
We
time
asked the
to wait?
guards. I'm going to ask the guards if they've seen him. Whoever's at the gates.
You gonna go back to the gates?
I mean, we're at the stables, which should be near the gate.
Boom,
but
buddy,
yes.
pal. How you been tonight?
Hey, have you seen the human that normally hangs out with us? He seems to have disappeared.
Yeah, I saw him go in like an hour or so ago.
Yeah. Where was he going?
I missed
Did
you
he
at
come back out?
sparring.
I'm sorry. We're about to go do something. I don't know.
No,
Some
he went inside. I'm not sure where he went.
Hmm.
You know,
Maybe he
he's an
hasn't come out.
officer. I don't question officers.
Yeah, you didn't see him exit?
Nope.
Party, are you guys with me, or did I just go by myself?
I came with you.
I would have
Excellent.
I sat on
So-
a horse.
Y'all heard that?
All
Yes,
right.
the elf is sitting above all of us and still in the stable.
With Gene, apparently.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't think Gene would care too much for Ziggy yet. Or about
The
him.
tall stayed behind. The short people ran ahead.
Yep. About normal for an elf.
All right.
Yep, hearing that, I'll head inside and start. Oh, Ziggy! Ziggy! Stardust? Ziggy, Stardust!
Hey, should we ask the marshal? I wonder if the marshal knows.
We'll try her last. We don't want to disturb her or anything, right? If we can't find him anywhere, we'll ask her.
We should go check the latrines. He
Yeah.
did. Yeah,
You can check the
I'll go do that. I'll do that.
Let's see. I'll check the kitchen.
I will come with.
This is between hours. The kitchen is pretty much closed down. If there's anybody in there, there's like one cook in there finishing up cleaning.
Do I recognize him from the line?
He's the cook that you'll be getting the rations from,
Mm-hmm.
like the head chef.
Hi, afternoon. Sorry,
Hi,
can I bother you for a minute?
We're not serving right now.
Oh no, not for service. Just I want to have a little chat if that's all right.
It's a little raid.
I guess we're going a little bit longer tonight, guys. Van just raided us with a party of 78.
Nice.
Can I get a
Van.
shout out for Van, please?
Hey,
Working on
bitch.
it.
Welcome in. I did not know you were a streamer there, bud. Welcome in. How y'all doing? How was your stream? What was your streaming? Oh, World of Tanks. Very nice.
Oh, yeah.
I need to get in this cult, Garrus.
He's another regular. Oh, we'll get you in it. Don't worry.
It's not a cult.
No. We can walk away anytime. Here, have some lemonade.
Welcome in,
Or
man.
Kool-Aid, excuse me.
Hope you won a lot of rounds. Do you play artillery?
Oh, no, he's not artillery.
I don't know. That's what I play.
He's in the tank, down on the ground.
I'm doing great. I was streaming World of Tanks today. Haha. Well, welcome in, bud. Thank you. Welcome in, Raiders. If you just joined us, we're a primary D&D stream. I also paint miniatures. I run this game, which you're seeing right now is Dragonlance. We're on episode 12. Ziggy was here, but he will not be here next session. This Dragonlance is not going to be bi-weekly. He will not be at next session, so we had to write his character off, so he's currently not here. But, we're here, and we're winding down. They're making their final preparations for tackling, what is it? We'll watch Outpost. So that's their next mission that they're about to go on. But if you've not been here before, you'd like to help out the party, exclamation point rewards. New followers can give out a D4 to anybody you like. Subscriptions give out advantage. Gifting subs can give out potions of healing. And 5, 10, 15 gifted subs and up and give out magic items. So rolling off magic item tables. And there's also viewer rewards. You can also give natural 20s, D6s, and is that it? D6s, natural 20s.
Hold on.
D4s. Oh, no, you said that already.
You can get
No, they're
magic
viewer
items
rewards.
as well.
Oh, get magic item
As
awesome.
well, yeah.
And you can be a side big bad boss if you get enough points.
Yeah.
But thank you everybody for hanging out and welcome in. As you re-enter the cafeteria in the cook list. I'm sorry, we're not open right now.
Yeah, sorry, we're not here for service. Can we just have a little chat real quick?
About?
We were actually looking for our friend. You might remember him from the breakfast line. Is the one who's always a little bit too chatty and holds up the line.
Young guy, human.
Yeah, my servants said something about that.
Yeah, we're just wondering if anyone's seen him or if they've heard about where he might have gone. We were looking for him. He's sort of gone AWOL.
He's gone
That's
missing?
wrong. Yep.
Oh, we can't find him.
Do we need to put an alert out for him?
Don't know yet. Have you seen him or heard of anyone seeing him?
No, I'm just in here cleaning up.
Hmm.
Put all my servants are on their break and getting ready to get the night shift to come in for the nightly meals. No, I haven't seen him. He hasn't come back in.
Well, he sort of disappeared a bit earlier and we haven't seen him since. He didn't say anything. It's out of character.
Huh. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen him. He has not come back in.
Hmm.
Only person I saw was your dwarf friend that picked up some rations earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's the only
Yeah,
one I
he's
saw.
with us. Yep. I do wonder if I might be a little up front. This morning, the cooks on the line were treating Ziggy a little not so nice. I understand Ziggy can be a bit forward as well, but you know, he means well. It's a bit mean to treat him like that.
Yeah. I'm not sure what transpired. Maybe, I don't, like, I'll have a chat with my servers. I can't promise anything.
I appreciate it. That's it. Thank you for your help.
Thank you. You have a wonderful evening.
You as well. Carrie is done. Vera, do you want to go somewhere?
Nowhere special, no. Where else would he go?
Ballroom?
Without saying anything? Like, why?
I don't know. Maybe he was just feeling ill.
No, we can go check it.
All right. Bellroom, you check the latrines.
Yep.
Find nobody. Nothing. Maybe
Okay.
it smells a little bit and hasn't been cleaned in a while, but you find nothing.
Okay.
Failed at
I'll go.
investigation check.
Yep. I'll go and check. Maybe he's practicing or learning how not to hit his party members at the range.
As you head down to the training area, you don't see him at all anywhere. You see, who was the other person? It was Ziggy and, or not Ziggy. It was Tristan and who was the other guy?
Hold on.
Guy's name.
Gareth.
Gareth. Yeah. You see Gareth training.
Hey, Gareth.
Ah, Bellroom, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you? You're looking great. I see you're getting in shape. We'll have to do a rematch and try it again when you feel up to it.
I can't get mad as you guys. It's just not in my bones.
Excellent. Hey, question. There was a human that's been with us in a couple of our missions. It's gone missing. Have you seen him by any chance?
There's a lot of humans. You got to be a little bit more specific.
Yeah, I know they all look the same, don't they? He walked around with a bow.
As he listed himself.
Yep. Sometimes he had a Drake with him.
I don't think he's ever brought it out in the castle.
Well, I don't know that.
Yeah. But Drake.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I think I would have noticed if I seen something like that. So I don't think I've seen them.
Okay. Well, when we get back, we're about to go out on a mission that Marshall's sending us out. But when I get back, maybe you and Tristan wanna stretch a little more with me down here. What do you say? It was fun, and we can get some drinks after.
By all means, I think we have a mission to maybe get like a little promotion while you're gone. So maybe we have a higher promotion. Maybe we'll be the same rank as you.
Excellent. Well, remember, when we're here sparring, there is no rank. We all improve and get better against a common foe.
But of course.
Well met, Gareth.
Yeah, I think we'll be protecting some powerful people, like almost kind of like council guards. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
We're super excited about it.
You will do a fantastic job there. I know it. I've seen you in action as we sparred. They are lucky to have you there.
Beheads the hay dummy that's there. Yeah, I'm getting better.
Yes, you are.
All right. Vera and Kiri, where you head to? Oh, you head to the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You find no trace of him. His stuff is right where he left it when y'all left this morning.
There's no note or anything?
No note, no nothing.
Can I make like an investigation check or something to see if there's any clue at all? Or just I won't find anything?
You can, but you're not going to find anything.
Maybe I get a nat 20 and magically know where he is. That's 4 + 6.
You find 2 of his arrows that he did not pack away.
He left his arrows. Something's wrong.
He left 2, not the whole of them. And you pick them up. Actually, no, y'all kept those arrows. Never mind. Blame it last. Scratch all that.
I was about to ask, like, were they ones that were in my back?
I'll say, actually, wait, what was the total you got?
10.
Never mind.
Pebbles. Yep.
Do we want to leave a note for him?
That might be a good plan. Maybe it's just gone to the shops or something.
All right. I will scrawl a note telling him that we are ready to set off on the mission that we were given.
Ballroom, where you head? You head to ballroom?
Well, I'm kind of going to go to the marshal. Marshal's our CO.
You head to
Right.
Marshall. She is unavailable at this time.
Of course. Convenient. All right. Well, I'm going to go to the guards at the gate and tell them we have a deserter.
He will.
We were being given a mission and somebody ran away.
And we're not with him, so we can't do anything.
That's correct.
Well, let's finish up with Carrie. Azira. So you leave this note. You're leaving this note at the same time he's headed, because kind of doing each sequence at the same time. So as you're leaving this note, he's also
He's like coming down the stairs.
He's headed towards Marshal's office. So as you're leaving this note, so you finish the note saying you're leaving. You're leaving the note saying you're going on the mission. Anything else you're specifically leaving? No? Okay.
Nope.
And where were y'all headed to after that?
Did he actually leave those 2 arrows? Because I would love to sneak the notes through those arrows.
I was thinking about the arrows that y'all got shot with it, but y'all actually ended up keeping those arrows, so that didn't happen.
All right. Yeah, we'll head back down.
Yeah, just leaving on his cot or
Well,
whatever.
where y'all
Head
headed
down.
to?
Well, one of them went to check the latrines and didn't come back, so... Do we need to go to the latrines and go looking for him?
Do we, like, cross paths? Or he's...
High
We
or
don't
low
cross
this one?
paths.
We ain't had a high or low in a while.
You say, Vera, I've got terrible luck.
Hi.
Okay. As you're heading down the hallway headed to the latrines, the stairs that leads up to Marshal Vendry's office, you see Bellroom kind of walking down the stairs with determination headed towards the front gates with a determined look on his face.
Hey, Belram, find
Oi.
anything?
No.
Where the bloody hell has he gone to then?
He left us. We're on a mission. We're getting a mission that the marshal sent us on. And while we're getting the details of it, he ran off. Has he ever done this before?
He's left all his stuff. All his stuff is still here.
What stuff?
Like everything, yeah?
Like his bedroll and stuff like that, yeah.
So he
hasn't
really
taken any of his belongings.
Yeah, so he ran away. He knew he couldn't come back, and he just left. He's probably hiding somewhere and just waiting to sneak out.
Was he a spy all along?
Wasn't there some problem in the village before the attack?
Well, he does have this dragon with him all the time.
And
That's
he
a good
does
point.
seem to keep hitting the party members repeatedly. And now
don't
that we're
know.
going to go and try to sneak in and retake a fort, He just happens to disappear.
I just
Did
feel
he,
like if
did
it was
he hear all of our plan? Actually, was he there for the whole thing?
I mean, we don't know when he left or
You
why
left like
he
in
left.
the middle of it.
So he would have heard us coming up with the plan.
I feel
Well, actually,
like if he was
do we know when he left?
He left sometime in the middle. Like only person
Not
that
with
saw
my
him leave was Laura when it's not there with you.
Hmm.
And Derek rolled out enough to see him leave. But like before y'all came up with your actual plan, like he left in the early stages of the meeting.
Yep. Yeah. So he knows where we're going and what our mission is.
I just feel like if he was going to up and disappear, he would have taken at least his travel things with him. Because if he's often run like you think, then he's going to be camping with no bedroll, with no food.
Or he has
I j-
help.
I don't know. It doesn't sit right.
Tristan said he saw him come in here, but he
But he
hasn't
didn't
left.
leave.
He didn't see him leave through this gate. We know that there are other exits here. We don't have time to go and try to find him. He purposely did this,
I just think we
knowing
wait.
that we have to leave.
I just think we wait.
I'm going to tell the guard that he has disappeared on our mission. They will
Sure,
find him.
Tell him he disappeared. Don't say anything awful, though. We might just... We couldn't... did you tell us that you couldn't find the marshal?
Yes.
Yep.
I told you where I went and I looked, and the marshal is unavailable.
Fun.
Yep.
Look at the fun we're having.
Thank you. D's list 2 for the follow. You can give a D4 out to anybody you like.
War Crimes Inc.
Yeah, War Crimes Inc.
Thank you, Van.
I've lost my train of
very
thought.
strange. He wanted it. Isn't he the one who tried to slow us down by bringing the bodies back for no reason?
that was Vera.
That was
He
Vera.
was against it.
Because he was
yeah.
the one putting the cart together. I remember you arguing afterwards.
Yeah, but he was not wanting to do it. But
Hmm.
I say we let the guard know that he's missing, but we don't know the circumstances. We just don't. We don't know
Fine.
what's happened.
Tristan, we were getting getting our mission, and one of our people.
They caught you coming down the stairs. So they got the high
Right.
low, right? So.
All right. Well, we're got to walk out.
Yeah, we've been
towards the
walking.
gate, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you've been walking and talking. Okay.
Yeah.
As y'all doing this,
So-
we'll cut over to Laura, Wynn, and Jean real quick because they've been sitting there a while. What y'all been doing? Where they're gone?
Gossiping, braiding each other's hair.
Really? Okay.
No. Lauren's just gonna look over at Jean and said, I pick on Belvrum, but that kid has he's got a lot of spirit. I don't have any siblings, and I always wanted a little brother.
I'm muted.
That's a
Never
clip.
mind.
That is a clip right there. I am making that, and we are going to have that as a clip. There we go.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm an only sibling too, so.
Oh, that's good. That's something that makes you a little less sus.
Us.
Yeah, you're new. I think we would have done that with anyone, to be honest. I wouldn't worry about it. Well, I mean, you worship a god that babysits souls? I don't quite get it. You don't have to explain. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. It's one of those kind of tough ordeals, I can tell. And that's fine. That's fine. You don't really have to fully share with us. Maybe when you're ready. It's a complicated thing. It's complicated.
Yeah, complicated, yeah.
I got you, girl. I know what that means. I get you. This is fun. Maybe we should braid our hair.
Maybe we should, yeah. It just finds us as in the cowl all the time, so.
It's very convenient then, when you horseback ride and when it's just all loose like this, it just
It's all in your face,
it
doesn't it?
whips.
Yeah.
I forgot to run the draw.
As y'all having this conversation, the stable man walks up and says, do you have everything you need?
I think so.
I think we got the right amount of horses, and did we take the carriage this time?
No, you did not.
No,
Okay. The right amount of horses.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
thank
have
you
one
so
last thing
much.
for you that you might need.
Oh.
He pulls out clearly just split it bundle of flowers from like somebody's garden or something and hands them to you. Beautiful flowers for beautiful ladies.
Do. That's so sweet and awkward at the same time. Thank you. What kind of flowers are they? No. I mean that in the most sincere way. Because is this in case we die? Because we're about to ride off in battle.
Morrowind!
What?
Just say thank you, take the flowers.
I don't know where you're going.
Thank you.
You shake them from him?
Yes.
And he gets like a red beat face and just kind of scurries off.
What kind of flowers are they?
It's just a bundle of assorted flowers. Like tulips, daisies, just whatever's like rag-tagged in somebody's...
just wildflowers kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of thing.
Sure. Okay. I'm just going to start making a flower crown because we got time.
I mean, if you want to address that interaction, you can.
So I'm making a crown. What are you making?
I don't know how to make anything out of flowers. Don't give me that look.
Lauren's kind of crestfallen. Here, let me help you, and starts taking it step by step. And we over and under. And
better with magic and better with magic.
And then you make a crown.
Mm-hmm.
And I place it on her head.
Or,
maybe not.
Look, it doesn't fit me.
You know what? What can we...
I think you told Jean you get a D6. And Jean needs to start collecting some rewards.
Awesome.
Welcome in. How here's your night?
Okay.
So we'll cut back to the rest of the party as you head to the gate where Tristan's standing guard. He sees Bowen. What's wrong?
Tristan, one of our the human I was asking about has disappeared. He went missing when we were getting our mission, and no one can find him in here. So
He's left all his things upstairs in his quarters.
Yep. And how's he missing?
Because no one knows where he is.
He's not in the fort, and you said you hadn't seen him exit.
He must be in the fort because he has not left.
I need you, if he tries to leave, he needs to be prevented from leaving.
Belram.
Do you want him to disappear again? If we're on a mission and he knows of the mission, you want him to just walk free? Or should he stay here waiting for us to return and then he could explain?
I walk past Belram so that I'm like face to knee with Tristan, and I look up at him and say, this is an order. If Ziggy is found within this castle, he needs to be brought to the fort 20 miles or however fucking far it was. What's the name of the fort?
We'll
watch outpost.
We'll watch. He needs to be brought under guard to We'll Watch Outpost to the military camp that will be formed there, a mile from the outpost.
But what if if we're trying to be stealthy and he shows up 1 hour after we leave? They're just going to do exactly what you said and get there before we get there. And now you're handing over the guards that have taken him and Tim to whoever's occupying that. That's not very...
We're traveling to the fort alongside Raven and the small army, yes?
I thought we were
Are
going
we?
ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're going ahead, but we're camping out in that camp, yes?
Mm-hmm.
So if he turns up, bring him to that campsite.
Tristan, have the marshal decide.
I'll inform the marshal of your information. Obviously, I'd not. Maybe time you get back, I'll be the same rank as you guys. We have a promotion trial or something coming up, but I don't have the authority currently to hold him, because he has done nothing wrong in my eyes. But
yeah, but I'm ordering you. I'm the same rank as him. I'm ordering you to hold him.
Right away,
so you'd be doing it under my order.
Aye, sir.
Sir,
Speak
I like
to the
it.
marshal before any action is taken.
That's fair. We couldn't find the marshal, so talk to the marshal about this, see what she says.
He's a meeting with the council members for some important business. I don't know.
Yes, Gareth told me it's a great honor. Watch each other's backs. Do well. Protect them.
That'll be our goal. We hopefully should be in shiny new plate armor by the time you get back.
I look forward to seeing you again.
I use you too, Belron.
Thanks for your help. Bye.
Good luck on your journeys. As y'all return to the stables, you return to Lorwyn and Jean with some flower crowns on their heads.
Where did you get flowers on top of horses?
Stable hand.
Ooh.
But he's gone now.
He bolted.
Oh. Who has the highest passive perception? Lorwyn?
I only got a 14, so.
Yeah. You say that, but you also kind of see him like looking from behind the same place he has the cart, behind the cart door, just kind of looking.
Ignore.
Oh. But he was very sweet. So, did you find Ziggy?
We did
He's not evidently available. We couldn't find him, but his stuff is still there.
They said they saw him go in, but we couldn't find him. Marshal's in a meeting with the council.
Wonder if he's at the meeting.
Why would he be at the meeting?
I don't know, but where else would he be?
I guess that would explain why he might wander off without saying anything to us.
So we are not working together? If he has his own missions? Are we not on the same side? I thought we were...
Mela got sent off on her own mission too, remember?
Yeah.
Hopefully Ziggy doesn't wind up missing, like proper missing.
I'm sure that, because I totally forgot about him. I'm sure he is fine.
I didn't know you were
Barry,
here.
you didn't get any flowers?
Sorry. While y'all were out doing your thing, I took this opportunity to take a nap.
No. No flowers for you.
What? Where'd you get those flowers at?
Lauren offhandedly points to where the staple hand is hiding and watching.
Well, he's always been the flirtatious type. He's never gave anybody flowers, though. Interesting.
Well,
Aren't you too lucky?
so lucky.
Well, I guess there's no point waiting around. Either Ziggy's a deserter or he's a special up, whatever. Or I guess has been transported somewhere against his will, not able to take anything. But we don't know. So let's go. What was that?
Okay.
I said we left a note, so he at least knows where we're
that's
going.
good.
Alright, Rideroo. As he straps the last strap for his saddle as he climbs on his horse. Shall we then?
I get up onto my war pony. Let's away!
Should have got you a smaller horse.
I like this. It makes me feel tall.
Listen, if you can't steer the horse, I'm not coming at
I can steer the horse.
Kidding, Gary. I'm just kidding.
You better be kidding, Garrett, you.
Insight roll. It's only a +2. It's probably gonna suck. No, that's not bad. 17. Is he joking?
Let me check. I have the C modifier.
Oh.
It's charisma, right? Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
You said you got a what?
17 on my insight.
He's like, you can tell it's a joke, and you can see a small smirk,
Okay.
and obviously, like, quickly get the feeling, was it a joke or was it not a joke? Hey, he's hard to read.
Hey. You just see a firebolt phasing in and phasing out as she like kind of just stares him down. And
Whereas Carrie's just like clip, clop, clip, clop.
yeah.
Oh, and you got the hots for me or something? I mean, what's with the fire?
Jane's just gonna start going faster.
I need to ride somewhere else. I'm gonna ride beside my angry
I love
dwarf
messing with
brother.
Cat with this. It's so much fun. It's. I don't think. Any last minute conversations you like to have while I get what I need?
I would like to put my flower crown on Vera because Vera was talking about it. It's from a creepy stable guy.
Was he creepy or was he just shy?
Shy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I've probably said everything I need to say, so.
Yeah.
As you pitch the horses and gallop into the evening sky as the sun lowers on the world of the Kryn. In the very dusk evenings, you head out. Ahead of the forces of the Raven Command. Yeah, I think that's part of where we'll call it for tonight.
So we've headed off with Raven?
No,
Or ahead
y'all
of
are
Raven.
headed. Y'all told me y'all headed before her.
Yep.
Yep.
Because she was leaving at dawn, y'all are leaving now.
Yep.
Oh, if y'all leaving in the middle of the night, y'all would have to set up camp unless you're going to push it through all the way through the night.
So camp.
Yeah.
Whereabouts would we be setting up camp? So we leave at about dusk.
Probably travel half, like 4 hours or so, and then But y'all traveling on horseback, so a lot quicker. So it's kind of like double time. So it'll take about 4 hours to get there, actually. So you wouldn't really need to go and... Yeah. I answered my own question. Never mind. Let me ask, you're on horseback there or not? So y'all get there.
Yeah, didn't we want to get there and watch to see how many people go in and out during the day? That's why we left.
Oh yeah, during
the night.
Yeah. So
Right?
we can tackle that next stream, or we can do that now if you like.
I'm okay to do it next time.
We can do it real quick if you like. I just need to know how you're doing it. Give me an investigation check, whoever's doing it. Y'all
I'll do
observing?
one.
Y'all just observing,
Oh,
right?
nat 20! Nat
Just
20, nat 20,
observing,
nat
yeah.
20!
Just
Yeah, observing to see, like,
You're not going up close to it or nothing like that. So yeah.
no. We're
I can
like
give you that stuff for
in the 1 mile forest. Ages away.
All right. As you find like a little alcove looking, let's see, where is it at? I'll read this part. In the distance, a squat stone fortress rises from the last pitches of a green before a rocky suburb of Eastwald. Its tall wooden gates are flanked by battlements and solid watchtowers. Torchlit shines through the fort's windows, which are the arrow slit windows, and every so often armored figures make their way along the walls. With your investigation check of looking out, you see the soldiers leaves the fort. That's not what I need to read. Each of the outposts, where does it say that I'm supposed to give you? Oh, here we
All
go.
of it.
Spare no details.
Okay. You see roughly around, there it is, roughly around 20 soldiers. At any given time, you can see 3 in the main courtyard area, like training or
Even in the middle of the night?
periodically, yeah, because it's kind of like there's a 6-hour watch rotation. So every 6 hours, there's a watch. They rotate out, in and out. So, we'll say, I already give you that. I already give you that. Yeah, I already give you all that. So, yeah.
Before we do anything more, I am going to switch my boots of speed out with Terry's bets, as well as switch into the dragon army's chainmail.
I should as you do this to Carrie while you're looking and getting this information. Give me a stealth check.
Stealth. Oh dear. 15.
I rolled a natural
what's that
3.
look?
I rolled a natural
Oh,
3.
Thank God, I
so
thought you were
it's
going to say natural 20.
Please.
Whew. Yep. Okay.
You seem to be able to kind of. I would imagine there's probably like hills and stuff around you, kind of walking around, taking cover here and there under trees and stuff. You're able to gather this information with ease.
Am I able to ascertain from this distance if any of the soldiers I can see are draconian?
You do see a few of the ones you fought before that turn you into stone.
Uh-huh.
You see a couple of those.
So there's about 20 soldiers on a 6-hour watch rotation. At any given time, there's 3 in the main courtyard. And I see among the soldiers a few draconians.
Yeah. And then
That's everything?
and periodically they kind of patrol the outer wall.
Periodically. Do we
Yeah.
know how periodically?
You know, maybe 10,
Like once an
15
hour,
minutes.
once a half hour?
No, it's more like once every 15, 20. It's not like a set time for that, but they eventually like kind of walk around. Kind of like they kind of get like their own little zone where they patrol. So maybe they have one. It's kind of like that. So like one on the east wall that kind of walks back and forth type deal. It's kind of like that.
So, would I be able to like map the patrol routes with a nat 20?
Like I said, it's not like a patrol route. It's just kind of like a section.
Okay, section. Yep.
Yeah. So each person has their assigned section they got to look out,
Cool. Yep, thank you.
That being said, I'll give you those features. And you can reassess with the plan next session. Next session right now will be on the 14th of July. As right now, the only person out is Ziggy. That's why we've written his character out this session. Great job how y'all do handle that if he just vanished. I did it in a cryptic way on purpose so y'all would do that. So, And I really like the touch of a deserter. Real rings home with me being in the military there.
Yeah.
But I was like, you wouldn't really be a deserter. You have to be a certain amount of time for you to be classified as a deserter.
Look at the fun we're having.
Otto, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. You can give a D4 to any player you like. As again, we're winding down here. Thank you for, let me go through. Thank you again, Otto, Bizless. Thank you for the follows. Thank you, Van, for that incredible raid of 78 viewers. Appreciate it. I love you very much. We'll be live tomorrow for Descent into Avernus, which I'm going to very much enjoy to figure out what the heck they're going to do. I'm calling it Operation Failed Kidnapping, as they're trying to kidnap a priestess to sacrifice to Archon.
What?
And it kind of ended badly last session, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know how it's going to go. Rusty said he has a plan. He has not told me what the plan is. I'm very interested.
Does he though?
Does he though? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And they think they might be going right into dealing with that. I have different plans. But anyway, yeah. And then on Sunday, make sure you tune in for the special epilogue for Icewind Dale, because the final episode took a little bit too long. Make sure you tune in for that. 9:30 Sunday night, and we'll do that. And then on the, what did I say, the 10th, right? It's the 10th?
Yeah, the 10th, you said.
Yeah, the 10th is the wrap-up show for Icewind Dale. So if you have any questions you'd like to ask me, the DM, or the cast, we do have a Discord. We have a section for that. You can leave your questions there. Or if you're watching on YouTube and you watch so long so far, this is the perfect time to like and subscribe and leave your question down in the comments. We'll pull from there too. So, and that'll help out the algorithm for YouTube for us too, to get us more views and love and all that good stuff to help us grow. We're here for you, and we'll answer all your questions if you leave them down below. All right. With that being said, quickly sign off. What do you got going on in your next stream, T-Cat?
Sub giveaway of a beautiful dragon plushie.
That I want. I might just buy all the stuff for it. Anyway.
Don't do that.
All right, Silverwolf. Well, I'll be playing with Silverwolf in JR's campaign after Descent into Avernus tomorrow. Totally forgot about that.
It's going to be a long day tomorrow, too.
I mean, I'm on nights now, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah. So.
What you got going on for your stream?
Which is actually right after this. I have no idea what I'm doing yet.
But yeah, make sure you tune in to Silverwolf directly after the stream. She'll be either Apex, Call of Duty, or something first-person shooter, probably.
Probably, yeah.
And then Nylish, when are you streaming again with your European friends? And what are you doing?
Probably tomorrow, though, by myself, because they are busy. I'll just be playing more Diablo 4.
Oh, very nice. And then last but certainly not least, Old Man Garrus, what space adventure game would you be playing next?
Actually, tomorrow I will be on, and I'm going to be working on my D&D adventure, since my one shot I was working on was too hard for 5th edition players. Something about an orb of annihilation taking off somebody's arm in the first room, and then pretty much everybody else dying in the next 3 rooms. It did not bode well.
Was that
So
the
we will
map?
be. Yes, that was the map. So we will be working on a conversion. I am taking the Ghost Tower of Inverness and converting it from 1st edition to 5th edition, and see how many people will drown in the first level.
Anyway.
You asked.
I liked it.
I'm just thinking about, because his thoughts right now is the same thoughts I have for the charity game that's in October. Nice segue. Every Tuesday is a special episode of our charity event for breast cancer awareness. Come help us celebrate. I have Ashley, T-Cat, Silverwolf, and Old Man Garrus joining us for that lovely adventure, along with a couple other streamers. We get as much eyes on it as possible, and we're probably going to do a close stream for it so everybody can get eyes on it. There'll be cool stretch goals that will be established at a very important timeline to my new world. Especially, Silverwolf is playing the character right now in this campaign that's going to be in the charity. So, it's going to be great. I love you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow with the Sin of Avernus. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye now.